Happy time zone, everyone. Welcome to Blittle League, part of the Tablethon Marathon. Everyone in the chat, give it up for everyone. Let me get the overlay happening. There we go. Now we're official. It is Tablethon, 48 hours of continuous stream of live plays, and here we are. So happy to be here with all of you. How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Hello. This intro rules. Thank you so much. No Home Depot. Just our beautiful song by Kate Hardley. Good. We got a hello. Oh, nice. Blaze Ball. Hello, Walking Dead. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, what is happening? We don't stream on Saturdays. Is this a April Fool's joke? No. Charities are no jokes. We're here to help raise money for Sense, an organization that helps folks with complex disabilities, think folks who are deaf and blind, navigate this world. So we are raising money, helping the Tablethon folks who just hit £1,000 imperial currency units for this organization. If you want to donate, we encourage you. Please go to the link in the chat. It's here and here. We're currently broadcasting to 2 channels right now. We're going to Joey T. Badger, that's our normal channel, and we're at Tablethon 1 here on Twitch. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to raid over the Joey T. Badger stream over the here. So those are the show logistics. Let's do a quick introduction, and we'll talk about what Blittle League is, and then we'll talk about the cool one-shot we have ready for you all today. Excuse me. And that burrito's coming up that I just struck.
I think I saw like a cloud of dust.
Yeah,
burrito dust.
You can see the burrito.
Asian seasoning. Yeah.
I'll start because I'm speaking. My name's Joey T. Badger. He, him. I am one of your players for tonight, a usual host of the show. I'll not be game mastering because the game master will be game mastering. But happy to be here. I don't know who I'm playing tonight. We're gonna figure that out. We'll be creating that. But normally we do this show with characters we have. So we'll go counterclockwise. Marissa, you're up next.
Hi, my name is Marissa Farmer. I normally play on Blittle League as Morgan Woodstock. I'm very excited to do the one shot tonight.
Kaylee.
Amazing. Hi, my name is Kaylee, and I usually on Blittle League play a character called Mindy Mathers. Tonight, who knows? Not me, but I'm excited. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Kaylee. And finally, the best game master in the business. I can say it because I am in charge of the stream right now. And it's just fact. John Serpico, you're a game master. Hello.
I am, and hello. So my job as game master is to play all the characters that these 3 great players don't play. Also, I get to explain some stuff. That's my role, and a lot of the explaining I do right at the beginning of any stream. So let's talk about what we're going to see for the next, call it 3 hours and change. So we play normally we play a game called Blittle League. It uses a system called Monster of the Week. It's a great system. It's really good for streaming because you get to the action really fast. The dice setup is very simple. All of the rolls are 2 6-sided dice, and the higher the number, the better the outcome for the players. So you're going to roll the players are going to roll 2 6-sided dice whenever I ask them to. They're going to add some kind of modifier to it, usually if they're good or bad at something. And the outcome will advance the story. On a 10 or higher, that's usually the best possible outcome. The players get what they want. No compromises needed. On a 7 to 9, the players get a little of what they want or need to make a difficult choice. On a 6 or less, the players do not get what they want, and the world may consequently become scarier as a result. So that's what you're all rooting for. You in the chat, hopefully you're all rooting for really high numbers. But the secret is, no matter what the roll is, the story will advance. Rarely, if ever, does a miss just lead to you miss and then nothing happens. Often things just get scary. So what's the world that we're going to be playing in? We're going to be playing in a world that we have built up called the Blittle League universe. And Blittle League is tied to the internet's favorite fantasy sport in which the players are also fictitious and not real, Blaseball. Joey, do you want to explain a little bit about what Blaseball is before I circle back around to Blittle League?
I would love to. So Blaseball is what inspired Blittle League in the show. It is, as John said, a horror baseball simulation. The blood It's a blood sport, thus it's a splort, thus Blaseball. That's where the BL comes from. Blaseball.com, currently on hiatus, but coming back this spring, very excited. So in this world, it's a world of horrors. There are demons, angels, there's hell, hyper-capitalism gone amok. And in our interpretation of Blaseball, what we care about is that the folks that keep the world safe are groups and pockets of youth sports teams known as Blittle Leaguers, keeps their towns and cities safe. So with Blaseball, you're following different teams. There are several teams that are playing professional sports, and in our interpretation, we have each of those teams has a series of Blittle Leagues. For instance, I'm a Boston Flowers fan, big fan of Boston Flowers. Let's grow. And normally we follow the Boston Flowers Blittle League, and specifically the Somerville Sunflowers. Claws up. Oh, yeah, we have some Blaseball fans in the chat. If you are a fan of Blaseball, do please give us what team you are for. But if you don't know Blaseball, all you need to know, it's a horror world. Baseball, that's more dangerous, is very important. And there's danger around every corner. How's that, John?
That sounds perfect.
Thank you.
The big story here with that universe is we've kind of distilled it down into our own little fun corner of it, and there's some kind of irrefutable truths about Blittle League, both the game and the world. One of them is that the
Hello, not mine.
All right.
Not
I hear
mine.
a dog.
Where's that
That's-
dog coming from?
Is that your dog, Marissa? When did you get a dog? Is there a dog?
Raise your hand if you have a dog that I don't know about.
It's it's outside on the window.
I see.
Well, yeah, that dog barks like once a week. So I guess it's time.
At the same time?
At the same time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they change it up. I haven't
As a quick aside, a friend of mine on the whole other side of the U.S. on the West Coast texted me a video today with the caption, "At this time every year, a woodpecker lands on my roof and uses the chimney guard as its mating call." So, a chimney, it's a big metal bell, really, that kind of protects your chimney.
That's so
And he
special.
sent a video of just his fireplace. And after 5 seconds of peaceful silence, what sounded like the horn of Helm Hammerhand started echoing. And that woodpecker is the most popular woodpecker in the Pacific Northwest.
I bet.
Yeah.
Y'all, I love when birds learn things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they figure something out. That's why I love crows.
So smart.
Yeah.
You can
crows are
develop
good for
kind of
that.
an economic exchange with crows. You can bring them things and they'll start bringing you things, and you have to kind of thank them. Crows are, I think, as roughly as intelligent as a 4-year-old.
That's
pretty good.
amazing.
You can befriend a 4-year-old. You can befriend a crow.
You can totally
I
befriend
want
a
to
4-year-old.
befriend a crow so bad. I haven't seen any around lately, but I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
now inspired. We're definitely gonna meet a crow tonight in our game.
Here's open. Depends on the dice. So
Yeah,
Let's-
it's either it's a friendly crow or a demon crow. We'll figure that
way.
out.
a crow is showing up.
Oh God, the Worms fans are shaking.
Oh no, sorry, worms.
So we've got a so what we generally do during our regular show is the players know what characters they're playing. They've been playing them for a couple of years now. But the plot is fairly improvised. And I do that for a couple of different reasons. One, it's super fun. And two, it kind of spreads the storytelling around. And we all mercifully in this group have a lot of theatrical improvisational experience. Indeed, here we are. So we kind of leverage that in the game and make things very fluid. Point of fact, for this 4-hour session, I have planned the first 2 minutes of me talking.
Oh,
have
that's
planned-
more than usual.
I know, right? So I've planned nothing else. We're just going to see what happens after the first 2 minutes. But despite the improvisational nature of this, the players know who they're playing. That is not the case this time. I have created 5 character sheets. I have just shared them with the players. And so they can look at them and kind of choose what they want to play.
Oh my God.
So if you
are we
haven't,
choosing that first, or are we building the Blittle League first?
we're going to build the Blue League first.
Ah,
But
So don't look at the characters yet.
Don't look at them yet.
tease,
So I
tease.
wanted to lead with that just to show everybody in the audience that this is truly improvised. The players do not know who they're playing yet. We also don't know what city we're playing in. We don't know anything about the city yet. So that's really going to depend on all of you here in the chat. So Blaseball is a decidedly American game like cricket, but it takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and the food's probably worse, and the tickets are more expensive, but mostly cricket. So we're going to keep this based in an American city. I just need to know which one. So let's start there.
American city.
An American city. So folks in the chat, I will be keeping an eye on Tablethon 1, but if people are suggesting in the Joey T. Banner, don't tempt me with Atlantic City.
Oh no,
Atlantic City
Oh,
is
no.
really good.
The first one I
Memphis
saw.
is also good. Oh, I love Seattle.
yeah, we have St. Louis, we have Memphis, we have Seattle.
I
Okay,
grew up near Memphis.
Did you?
let's.
Yeah.
How about this? Joey, do you have? No, you probably don't have poll rights in Tablethon 1.
Great question. I don't.
Well, I just because the issue is I need to be talked out of Atlantic City. Because every second that goes by, I feel a greater and greater desire to just place this thing in Atlantic City.
I'm not gonna fight you.
You know what?
I'm not gonna fight you.
We're so in baseball, there's a bunch of teams from various so the Boston Flowers, the Baltimore Crabs, the New York Millennials, the Seattle Garages, the Mexico City Wild Wings, some old teams, the Oxford Paws, a lot of fun things. But I think it would be really fun to make up a new team. So I'm happy to go with Atlantic City.
Atlantic City
I'm all in.
it is.
All right. So the first part of this is us building
good
the
one.
Atlantic City. Usually we build the Blittle League. We've done this before. We've done this before with Chicago. We were going to do it with another place, but that didn't happen. So we're going to build the city and then the baseball team and then build the Blittle League around it. And you know what,
That's
sir?
right.
What's amazing? I'm already wearing a New Jersey
You'd love
hat.
to see it.
How
You'd
did
love to see
you
it.
do that?
I didn't know. Well, the thing was, I showered. So one of the keys to maintaining good hair is I dry it. So I usually wear a hat, and then it looks amazing. So there's my secret. And then guess what? Improv God smiled. The improv God smiled.
I feel like I'm watching a magic show right now. The fact that that's like one of those old like mind reader shows where someone says something and you turn the hat around.
I'm actually Chris Angel.
So I saw something in the chat here from Narcissus that, you know how I said I planned about 2 minutes of talking? What Narcissus just wrote changes even that much. So I think we have to do it. Atlantic City is underwater.
Amazing.
Oh, is it like the Atlantis Georgias?
Yeah, it's well, I want it to be distinctly different. So I'm going to say it's on the coast. Kind of the first few floors of every building are submerged. So you've kind of got this city above the waves. You've got these towers above the waves.
Uptown and downtown.
You've got uptown and downtown.
Yeah.
Atlantic.
So uptown is generally the parlance for any part of the city you can see above the waves. Uptown,
Dry part.
Uptown dry, downtown
is underwater.
I love
Uptown
it.
is underwater.
Can I ask, are these characters like semi-aquatic beings, or do we have like a tube system underwater?
I would say Well, what do we think?
It would make sense. Like, you know how like Atlantic City is known for its boardwalks, right? It's like a lot of these boardwalks are underwater and they're like glass walks.
Glass walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So the famous Atlantic City Glass Walk is beautiful. You can get all kinds of, wonderful treats. A lot of saltwater taffy. That is, you eat it by walking out of one of the glass walks. It's regular taffy, but you eat it while being submerged in salt water, which is why it's called that.
Delicious.
And yeah, it's delicious. And what's funny, the glass work is, when you're walking on the submerged glass walk, you're only about 20 or 30 feet below the surface of the surface of the water. And so you look up and you see fish coming in overhead. You see the sun twinkling through, and it's beautiful. You can play games. You can, throw darts. You can have a really, really, really fun time on the glass walk. That is for sure.
Mhm.
Toxic Vulsionist in the chat says, not much has changed, but they live underwater. And yeah, I think that's true. I think there's probably the homes in Atlantic City have a front door that just leads to the ocean, and then an up door that leads to a tube that directly goes up to the surface. So
amazing.
The in the chat, the Great Lord of Wheat asked, wouldn't fluid dynamics fundamentally change the game, assuming Blaseball?
It really would.
Mhm.
So let's talk. Well, let's talk about where the Atlantic City Blaseball team plays.
Oh, I mean, it has to have an upfield and a downfield. You have like infield, outfield. Their infield is underwater. Obviously domed, so it's normal air stuff, but it's surrounded by water. And then outside of it is land, so it kind of goes up out of the water. So you have the infield, outfield, but they call it the downfield and upfield.
Downfield and upfield.
So yeah, the fluid dynamics do change everything. There's I think that the barrier between the water, kind of the watery downfield, and the dry upfield is probably some based on some kind of technology that was developed here in Atlantic City. So the players can be running and kind of jump through the barrier, and all of a sudden they're swimming. And I think that's probably a unique mix of technology and magic that really keep it. Yeah, and they play in obviously something called the Fishbowl.
I love
so
that.
the stadium is called the Fishbowl.
Oh,
And really,
who came up with
the
that?
walls of the Fishbowl are this kind of semi-permeable layer that you can run through. So if someone hits a line drive and the second base person doesn't get it, it's immediately going to kind of slash its way through the side of the fishbowl into the watery downfield. And I think historically there's never been a home run hit because it's impossible.
Makes sense.
You have to go through about 100 feet of air and then 300 feet of water.
Yeah, I think kids coming up in this Blittle League all have sort of like mythology. Like it's very apocryphal. They talk about, the person, a tall tale they heard about someone who hit a home run, but it's never been historically recorded in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of rumors and myths every year. I think, all the fans get together and say, what do we have someone this year that can do it?
Yeah. Or teams swearing that it happened in practice to psych out the other teams.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Also, just a quick programming note: we have rated over the Joey T. Badger to Tablethon 1, so now we're one big happy chat. So welcome
everyone from Joey T. Badger. So what's the name of the Atlantic City Blittle League team?
So
the Atlantic City Blaseball team, rather.
The Atlantic City Blaseball team, I feel like, in Blaseball, you usually have an emoji that's associated with the city, and I feel like emojis will kind of help. I feel like is there like a goldfish emoji?
There
or like
a fish
emoji? What are the fish
there's
emojis?
like a sunfish emoji.
Sunfish? Well, we can go to Emojipedia.
There's definitely a pufferfish emoji.
Oh, we have to be the pufferfish. Like I want the Blittle League team to be the pufferfish.
That actually matches Atlantic City, I think.
Pufferfish,
Fish
little
sticks,
bit,
that's
little bit
funny.
prickly, but much beloved by fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we going with the pufferfish?
Let's see what emojis there are.
The
Okay.
cr-
Okay. We have
Let's that sealed the deal. I
If that
think.
isn't submerged New Jersey language, I don't know what is.
Let's
The
blow.
Atlantic City pufferfish.
Let's
Oh.
blow.
That's
Oh,
really
Let's
good.
blow.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's see those pufferfish in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh
got it
my
in one. Got it in one.
Got it in one.
Yeah, perfect.
There it is.
Perfect.
There
That
it
is
is.
really good.
Perfection. No notes.
So another thing about the Atlantic City of perhaps a different universe, very similar to ours, is it's very famous for gambling. Not only is there the famous glass walk or boardwalk in another dimension, maybe, where you have games and rides and kind of classic Americana, but you also have big grand casinos.
Mhm.
And I think that I would argue that should probably stay true here as well. I think
Yeah.
Atlantic City should remain a gambling hub. So, what are some of the names of the what's the most popular casino here?
Oh, the treasure chest.
Treasure
that's good.
chest.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good one.
literally it's all underground. it's all downtown, but it's really
Mhm.
one of those giant like fish tank treasure chests that open up and a bunch of bubbles come out.
Mhm.
And the,
That's
and,
good.
the people who like go broke, that's how they get to the surface. Is they're kicked out in one of those bubbles.
Yeah, the enormous roof kind of opens up and this
Yeah.
big burst of air. Yeah, that is exactly it. I love that. So the treasure chest is the biggest. It's the most famous.
Mhm.
It's all underground, so it's kind of in a deeper part.
Mhm.
Like it's kind of in this like abyssal in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it would also be in kind of like in sort of a cave area. So when you walk towards it, it feels like it's nighttime all the time. It has that casino effect of timelessness. The sun never rises in the treasure chest.
And you know what? The sun doesn't need to, because the gold that glitters here is bright enough for the people.
Excellent.
There's
So,
a lot
yeah,
there's a lot of competitors to the treasure chest that I'm reading in the chat, which I also really like. Just knowing that they're there. The crab cake.
Yep,
The crab
there's
cake is
the
good. The
crab
sand
trap,
castle.
which has the blaze ball equivalent of Keno, which is called Clevo. It's like Keno, but you attack each other with knives.
Oh,
Yeah. I feel like everybody warns you not to eat the buffet at the crab trap. That's like common city knowledge.
Yeah, that's
You don't touch the crab trap buffet.
And the thing is, it was free for a number of years, but not enough people ate there. So now they pay you $5 to eat there.
If you eat the crab dip, please try our crab dip.
Yeah, they're just it's not like a $5 gift card. It's not $5 in chips. No, it's 5 crisp American dollars to show up and eat. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, so we've got this gambling town. Treasure chest is in this enormous undersea cave, and
glass walks. Got the fish bowl.
glass walks. Yeah,
This is great.
Let's blow.
Let's blow.
Whoa.
I'm going to keep laughing at that the entire session. I'd love to know more about the neighborhoods of this place. Like, usually with the Blittle League, we split it up by like towns in the metro area or like neighborhoods in the city. So I'm kind of picturing like what would these surrounding neighborhoods and towns be like?
So I'm not the expert on Blazeball's Atlantic City, because we're all experts on that.
Mhm.
But I just so happen to know an awful lot about another Atlantic City.
I was hoping you might.
Oh my God, it's all I want to talk about. Atlantic City. If Atlantic City was above the surface of the ocean, which is not in this world, but it could be in another world. Atlantic City shares an island with two other municipalities. It's the municipality of Atlantic City, Ventnor, and Margate. But in this game, Margate is called Murgate.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Good, good.
Of course.
And you can get some of the entirely downtown. It's a tremendous merfolk population. A lot of folks immigrated from kind of the deepest parts of the ocean and some of the deep mermaid and merfolk kingdoms to come up. So there's a big international feel to it. Very welcoming, a lot of great food, a lot of real fun stuff to do, a lot of festivals, real classic merfolk architecture too, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm. Now with usually a Blittle League is what was the Boston Blittle League? That was 10 teams, I think 5 from
12,
Oh,
6
12?
in each. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of cities on the coast that would make sense to each kind of have their own Blittle League. I'm looking at Ocean City, maybe also Avalon, maybe Stone Harbor, maybe Wildwood.
Maybe
one of those.
Wildwood.
Yeah, maybe Wildwood.
Yeah.
That's a nice. That has a nice ring to it.
Wildwood has a
Wildwood's
nice
pretty.
ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just feels about right. So I think I'm just throwing this out there. I think that the Blittle League team should be from Wildwood.
I like that. I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you
think
why
it's a
I
good
like
idea.
it, but it just feels right to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's on the outside of the metro area. I feel like, again, I feel like the Atlantic City Blowfish Blittle League covers it's protecting the entire coast.
The whole coastline is under the auspices and protection of the Atlantic City pufferfish. Now, Dazzle O'Davy in the chat asks, how do roller coasters function in water? The answer, dangerously. But thankfully, in Wildwood, everything is above ground.
Oh, it's all uptown?
Wildwood is all uptown. It is protected
fancy.
protected by the great bulwark walls. So it is surrounded by this kind of these massive embankments that allow for life to exist, not dissimilar to how it existed back in the 1950s.
A lot of classic America. Yeah, if you're tuning in this from across the pond, you're gonna get a lot of Americana this show. So you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love it if there was one roller coaster that is famous for going beyond the wall, and it's a real thrill ride because it takes you beyond the wall, and you have to hold your breath at the right opportune time to not get water shoved up your nose.
So Wildwood has, believe it or not, more rides than Disneyland. I don't know why I know that. Maybe I'm making it up. Who knows? But it's great. And there is one roller coaster there. It's kind of a rite of passage called the Riptide.
Yeah, the Riptide.
And it is kind of a rite of passage to ride the Riptide in Wildwood. And if you're from there, if you're a Blittle Leaguer and you're visiting Wildwood to play, you often the oldest members of the away team that visits Wildwood, they'll all ride it after the game, kind of win or lose. They'll all get there and ride it because it may be the last time they ride it. So that's what they do, and the Riptide's very, very exciting for everybody, and you see it, and it's one of those things where it's underwater it's downtown for a remarkably long amount of time, and you have to hold your breath. You have to hold your breath. You totally have to hold your breath. And what's funny is when 30 people may go on the Riptide, but when it comes back out from under the water, there might be 25, and then you'd hear a news story from a week later that 5 Riptide participants were found on a fishing ship 100 miles away.
Yeah, because every constraint or restraint, every restraint on the roller coaster has like an emergency pull tab that can only be activated when you're underwater. So underwater, if you need to bail, you can drop yourself out of the coaster and swim up to the surface.
And then you are at the mercy of the tides.
Yes.
But
Oof.
but yeah, and
Is
that's the thing. Some people rip out of the riptide by ripping the cord and then letting the tides do the work.
I survived the riptide. All I got was this lousy shirt.
Mhm.
That's
Comedy
great.
point to Narcissus.
So
Is it-
so you're all Wildwood Little Leaguers, which
Yay.
Oh, what's the team
I
name?
tell you, it just feels right to me. I wish I could explain why.
It's a dream.
It really is. And yeah, so we get 1950s vibe in Wildwood, protected by these great seawalls. It's got the riptide. What else? Do we have a name for the Wildwood team or anything else about the town?
I would love to go with a name because I feel like again our kind of Blittle League thing is like when we talking about Boston Flowers, all the teams are flowers,
Right.
alliterative flowers. For New York Millennials, they're all these millennial. We met one team. They were the Wi-Fi, which is
The Yonkers Wi-Fi.
Oh, I
perfect
love
name.
that.
No notes. In Chicago, we were the Lincoln Park Logs.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that was for the firefighters. So I imagine fish, probably fish like a haddock or pollock or I don't know, swordfish or
Yeah. General sea themes. I like living sea creatures. That sounds
Are
about
we
right.
trying to do the alliteration?
Optional but encouraged.
yeah.
We
I
could
looked
do
at W
the-
fish names is hard.
Wildwood whale sharks.
Whale sharks.
It's the biggest
Sounds pretty
fish.
good to me.
Oh yeah, and then we have this like greaser theme.
Yep.
We make leather jackets.
Yeah, that is your uniform. You have these beautiful
This is
these
so New Jersey.
beautiful oh my god. Yeah, I've never been there, but it feels like I've been there after hearing this.
Wildwood whelks. Oh no.
So the Wildwood whale sharks. You've got these blue dye, these like dark, rich blue dyed leather jackets with whale shark across the back. All of your bats have a shark tooth hammered into the grip of the bat. Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Anything else we want to add to Wildwood or Atlantic City?
Oh, we probably want to talk about the stadium, right? Like kind of where we play the
Yeah.
Whale Sharks.
And I think in keeping with the theme, it's probably, kind of mid 20th century Americana. So let's just float that out into the world and see what comes back to us.
For what our field is
For
called.
what the Wildwood Whale Shark Stadium are.
I feel like. Are we asking chat? Or are we talking about it now?
Either way, I'm open to all suggestions.
My gut is like you have like Fenway Park kind of
Mhm.
style, but it's like built into like an amusement park that goes around it. So like there's a roller coaster that goes through a park. There's concession stands, which makes sense.
Oh, that's
There's a lot
good.
of themes. During games you hear like the plump ding of like the hammer game.
Like kind of boardwalky carnival
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
There's a literal boardwalk around the edge of the stadium.
There's a name for that. You are playing. Your stadium is called the Midway.
The Midway. Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
The
that sounds so
Wildwood
cool.
Midway. And I like this idea. Tell me if this is too much. This just came to me that every once in a while, and I don't know what triggers it, but it might happen like once a game, that you have to do a wacky batting inning, which is when right before you bat, they make you ride like a spinny carnival ride, and then you have to immediately walk up to the plate and bat. And whenever team gets it, the kids are like, oh man, because it's going to make them bat poorly. But on the other hand, they have like so much fun dizzy batting. So they're kind of like, that's a little fun.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are secretly hoping they're going to get the wacky batting round.
Yeah, a lot of batters will go up and they'll stare the umpire, which is very scary, in the face,
Mhm.
and they'll either have no reaction whatsoever, or they'll give the slight nod, and then you gotta spin.
And then you gotta
Yeah.
spin.
You gotta
And there's
spin.
and just only in Wildwood do players have the stat of like dizzy
Yep.
batting.
Ooh, dizzy batting stat. Yes.
hmm
Excellent.
I think
love
we
it.
have painted quite the picture of this place called Wildwood that should it exist in say another dimension, you should all go because I've been told it's the literal greatest place in the world. Um,
I think
so
this is sounding like a real whimsical one shot, I have to say.
I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah,
I'm getting that
this
vibe.
this feels very whimsical.
Yeah, it does.
All
I like it.
right. So let's talk players now. And then
Oh,
I
here
think
we
once we lock in our players, we take a little break.
All right.
So for the three of you, you have 5 options. Now, for those of you that know Monster of the Week, there are a couple of character classes, and I'll tell everyone that's watching at home here what they are. A couple of them are character classes that exist in the game. A couple of them I made up and are custom classes just for this. So the classes that exist in Monster of the Week, the starting pitcher, if anyone chooses it, is an expert. Now, experts are people that have like a base. They have computers. They know what's going on. They are really like very plugged in people that have a specialty in monster hunting and keeping the world safe. Another class that exists in Blittle League that we have an option. Our first base person is monstrous. So that would be a kind of a half human, half monster, and we can kind of make up the monster however we want. So we've got an expert, and we've got someone that is monstrous. We also have another character class that you'll see in Monster of the Week. In Monster of the Week, it's called the Flake. I've changed only the name to the Theorist. And the Theorist is someone that believes in conspiracies, that has a group of people that they know that can help them research things, and they believe that they are connecting the dots at any given time. So those are the 3 classes that are built into Blittle League. I have come up with 2 more. There is the relief pitcher, is a class that I've made up called the Hacker. And the Hacker has a few things going on. The Hacker can hack into security systems, hack into camera systems. The Hacker has also built a robot that can help them. And you can choose what the robot is.
I'm sorry. There's a robot called Remote Controlled Knife.
Yeah, it's a robot you made that's very sharp.
I think the other one's funny too. Announceobot.
Announceobot. Oh
Yeah,
my
that is a robot with a built-in 2-way microphone and video screen, so you can negotiate at great distance. And then finally, the other bonus custom character, the center fielder, is the out-of-towner. Thus called because you're not from Earth. You get to choose one of 4 planets you're from. Planets or heavenly bodies. You could be from Mars, Europa, Proxima Centauri, or the Luton system. And all, no matter where you're from, it confers various bonuses and drawbacks to you. It also has the out-of-towner also has a particularly fun ability called the main battery, where it doesn't matter where you're from, you got here on a giant ship that's orbiting the planet, and once per session, you could call on it to fire its guns at Earth. So, if you ever need that for whatever reason.
That's very powerful.
So how this works, no matter who you choose, and this is both for the players and for the folks watching at home here, The players are going to pick a class, and then each class they get to choose their own stats too. And the way it works is there are 5 stats in Blittle League. There's charm, cool, sharp, tough, and weird. They're going to get a +1 to 2 of those stats, and a -1 to 1 of those stats. So they get to adjust that, and there are a couple of other custom things that they get to choose depending on what they're picking. For instance, if they're the expert, they can pick whether they are combat focused or deeply haunted. The monstrous gets to choose their curse, their shape, and their boons. The theorist gets to determine what their skills are. And the hacker gets to choose a robot. And the center fielder, aka the out of counter, gets to choose what planet they're from. So there we all are. That's what we have.
I'm so excited.
Mhm.
So I want to take this moment just to remind folks we are raising money, 2 cents, an organization a charity that helps folks with complex disabilities get through life. So the link is in the chat. Please consider donating some money to this organization. They have a great mission. We just hit our £1,000 mark, not $1,000, £1,000, the old classic imperial unit of currency. So thank you again for everyone who's donated, and thank you to Tablethon for hosting this and raising money to make good in the world. So again, go to the link in the chat, justgiving.com/page/Tablethon 2023.
Indeed. So, do any of these classes stick out to any of you?
Yeah. It's hard to decide, John. You've served us up quite a choice.
I wanted everyone to have some options.
Mhm. Joe, what do you think?
Who?
You, Joe.
Who's
Joey.
Joe?
Joey.
Joey.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Do you know what's calling to me?
What's calling you?
The first base person.
Wow.
Monstrous.
Monstrous,
I,
yeah.
I hang your shingle. I think you are the monstrous.
Great.
All right.
So
Kaylee,
start working on it. Come up with a name and start making your choices.
Kaylee Kane, you said you had one that was calling out to you.
You know, y'all know I'm such a huge sci-fi fan.
Oh boy.
Ever since I heard that there was an alien option, I'm pretty excited. I think I've got to go out of towner, right?
Out of towner, it
I'm
is.
just so excited about it.
Sure
Yeah,
do.
mark your get to work on it. Start marking your selections.
And I'll be honest. I heard Announce-O-Bot, and I was like, "Yep, that's what I want."
I was like, this one is like, I caught a Marissa vibe when we went through some of those robots.
Yeah, there you go. That's me.
I love it. So yeah, Marissa, get right to work. So we've got a first base person, a center field person, and a relief pitcher. And and now we just get to stat them out. So that's very fun.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Should we take a break while we do this, or
I think we probably
Okay.
should.
I'd love it.
So,
I get to look
do
over
we-
this sheet.
Yeah, do we want to do until top of the hour, 7 minutes?
7? Yeah. Why don't we round it to a 10, just to if we want to
Sure.
get for us take a break, chat, you take a break, tell your friends to come here because we're about to start with a wild one shot in Wildwood, New
Mhm.
Jersey. So again, folks, please check out the donation page for Sense, the charity that Tablethon is raising money for. I'm not even sure what we're at right now. I think numbers have gone up. I know we have an admin in the
Oh,
chat.
yeah, I can-
Oh yeah, 1061. Thank you so much. Numbers go up.
All
We got a couple
right,
donations
very
already fly in.
exciting.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank
Some
you.
baseball fans. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Let's keep pumping up the numbers because they get a good mission and new target 2,000 pounds. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna take a bit of a break and we will be back soon. All right, see you in 10.
Let's blow.
Let's blow.
Well,
Okay, see you in a little bit. Hello, welcome back, everyone, to Tablethon, a one-shot edition of Blittle League. We're following the Atlantic pufferfish, Atlantic City pufferfish with the wildwood whale sharks. Here we are. We have returned. Hello, everyone. How was your break?
Excellent.
Serp, you are muted.
Never better.
Yeah, mine was pretty relaxing.
Nice. Do anything special?
Nope.
Nope. Great. Chat, let us know how you're doing as we're gearing up for the one-shot part of this Tablethon marathon. And
I've got some jambalaya rice just off screen. That's about as big a news as I can offer here.
Oh,
Excellent.
I love that. Get some jambalaya rice. I just shoved down the rest of burrito. I'm making sure anything else that needs to be happening. Nope. Before we begin, again, we are part of Tablethon, a 48-hour, my God, marathon of tabletop RPGs. We again are Blittle League, a reoccurring Monster of the Week live play that is a horror comedy podcast. Follow us at blittleleague.com for our show, our podcast, and our VODs. We perform Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Go check us out, twitch.tv/JoeyTBadger. But right now, if you want to click on a link below in the chat. Donate to Sense, an organization dedicated to helping folks with complex disabilities get around this world. So again, thank you so much for helping numbers go up. We're already over £1,000, that British unit of currency, and let's keep making that number go up. So thank you so much for your donations so far. But here we are. We've just built an entire new Blaseball City. If you want to know what Blaseball is, it's a horror baseball. That's all I need to know. And we follow a bunch of super powered 10-year-olds, and we're about to meet some new 10-year-olds in the Wildwood. It is in the state of New Jersey in the United States. The Wildwood whale sharks, part of the Atlantic City pufferfish. Let's blow.
Let's blow. So I think we should probably start, pardon me, by having everyone introduce their characters.
Great. I'll go first. My name's Blackjack. I'm a monstrous first base person. I am half human, half merfolk, but I'm shark. I am part shark and all in on the whale sharks. It's very, very important. I am cool. I am charming. I'm not that sharp. I'm not that sharp. My teeth are sharp, but I'm not that sharp. I have a curse. Can we talk about curses?
Yeah.
Great. I got a curse. A dark entity gives me orders.
The shark god.
The shark. Yeah, the shark god. The shape. I have teeth. Sharp teeth. The boons. There was one that was flight. Does swim? Okay, I saw it swim with exclamation point. Yeah, I swim really good. I really good at swimming. Blackjack, great swimmer. What's preternatural? Preternatural.
Very.
Oh, I'm very fast.
Right. Yeah.
I'm fast. I lead off hit, and I play first base. I'm
Pretty
ready
good.
to go, baby.
I love it. All right. Who else do we have?
I'll go next. I am Blasta DeLuca, the hacker. Also the relief pitcher for the Whale Shark Wildwoods. Nope, the Wildwood Whale Sharks. I happen to be your resident hacker. That means that I can invade a security system as I so do please. I may also own any particular security camera or camera network, as I do from time to time. And my pet project, of course, is the Announce-O-Bot, which allows me to control a small robot that I've attached to a two-way microphone and video screen to, which is who, for the most part, attends my school and classes for me. I know I'm pretty big in some dark places. I know where you can get all of the saltwater taffy they don't want you to know about, such as the burnt caramel. Very, very dark.
I do love some BC.
It was outlawed decades ago.
I know where you can get it. I'll just say that it's a room with a lot of house music playing.
Noted.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm Edna. I'm from out of town. I am looking forward to being on a Blittle League team with all of you. It's my first time playing a sport of any kind. I am from Europa, a small moon off of Jupiter, and people of Earth tend to find me pretty strange, which is why I have a +1 to weird, but I think in a sort of charming, endearing way. So I also have +1 to charm. However, I'm not used to all of these planetary customs, and I don't I'm learning a lot these days, which is so excellent for me. So I have a -1 to sharp, but I'm sure that that will change any day now as I acclimate. I am from very far out of town, so my appearance is slightly unlike other, people of this planet. However, I can change my form. So with each passing day, I find I'm looking more and more human like, despite the metallic texture of my corporeal form. It's very exciting to be here. Anyways, something about me. I eat rocks. It's helpful for me to learn more about the planet that you live on. I also have a different sense of time than all of you. It's my birthday every 3.5 days on Earth. So I celebrate a lot of birthdays, which is fun. And I'm making friends to celebrate them with, which I find exciting. Also, because I view time differently, I cannot be surprised. I don't find almost anything surprising. Enemies cannot sneak up on me or surprise me. Time is but an ever flowing river, and I a passenger on its calm waters. And one more thing about me is, well, I'm always a little warm. I'm used to a very cold and icy planet, so I'm just always feeling a little warm. Yeah, nothing to fear here, just someone heating up. So I'm used to eating my water rather than drinking it. So you'll often see me wheeling along a cooler so I can munch on my water throughout the day, along with, as I mentioned, rocks, though those can be found anywhere, and humans don't even seem to consider it stealing to eat rocks that you find on anyone's ground or floor. Nice to meet you.
Indeed. So, folks, these are your wildwood whale sharks. And I think it's time to get started.
Yeah. I have a quick update. I'm sorry. I have regular charm. I have +1 cool and +1 tough.
Nice. Love it. All right. Here we go. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
90 seconds, the robotic voice whispers in every headset. Some of the armed and armored troopers nod their heads out of instinct. Others look out of the windows of the attack submarine towards the city that they're making a fast, low approach over. 30 seconds, depressurizing. There's a rush of briny salt water as the pair of hatches behind the water engine slide open, followed soon after that by the sound of those very same engines cutting. The submarine is now an undersea glider. 20 seconds. The 24 or so troopers all stand up and power up devices strapped to their back. 10 seconds. They line up in front of each hatch. Time. And they jump. The hover packs on their back slow their descent almost immediately as they begin their still rapid but no longer precipitous plunge through the downtown of Atlantic City towards a very particular rooftop. Following them down are a trio of large cylinders, also falling slower than they should be. They land on the roof, and the troopers begin rapid but technical work. They strip off outer plating to reveal complex machinery, bright colors, weird glass bulbs, things like that, in 2 of the 3. And in the third, a pulsing purple stone connected to a tangle of taut tethers and cables. The cylinders are connected together in the middle of the roof. And it's at this moment that all work stops as the entire roof swings open as a great bubble of air releases. The giant roof slides back down into place and work continues. One of the troopers pulls off her helmet and taps her left temple. Her vision is instantly overlaid with all sorts of schematics and readouts. She takes a moment to process and says, "The core is stable. Activate." They do. Like a geyser underwater, a spray of purplish mist begins shooting up from the trio of cylinders. It begins to coalesce into something like a frozen waterfall, which looks very strange considering the fact that this is underwater. And it cascades down the roof, the treasure chest-shaped roof of the building. And within a few minutes, the largest casino in Atlantic City is now encased in an impenetrable purple shell.
Like a clam?
Like a clam.
Ah.
At the
Oh.
top of this dome, the water starts to drain out. The troopers all look at each other. They nod, and they begin phase 2. About 35 or so miles south, the 3 of our favorite Wildwood whale sharks are all doing something in Wildwood. What is it that you're all doing?
We're in the midway, finishing up our snack feast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're about to play our rival team.
Yeah. So the pre-game snack feast is a very important part of playing at the midway. You've both teams generally sit in Uptown in the infield, all sharing kind of boardwalk treats, hot dogs, funnel cakes, Zeppelas because it is New Jersey, and various other things as well, various fudges, and there's a kind of a trade that is kind of a brisk trade scene that's going on where people are swapping hot dogs for hamburgers and things like that. And this is essentially the thing that replaces warm-ups before this game. So how is this rivalry? What's the team?
Oh, it's the Cape May Carps.
Very good.
Very good.
So
Is
good.
this a friendly rivalry or
No.
like a no?
Vicious, yeah. Oh, it's
Vicious.
we're snacking up extra snacky because it's gonna be a tough game. Gonna be burning a lot of calories out there on that baseball diamond. Yeah,
Absolutely.
My stomach already hurts in preparation.
I took a slab of someone's granite countertop.
Yeah, there was a one of those ice cream, like make the ice cream in front of you on the coals kind of marble thing going on. And they instead of you, like, they know you there, and instead of them offering you ice cream, they just take a knife and start kind of dragging it across the countertop to when you say when, and that's how much of it they cut off for you. And so
Yes,
you have a good slab.
they like me there because I read in my guidebook that something you can do for people you're having a transaction with is leave a good tip. So I collected all the tips I could find and left them at the ice cream stand.
And what does this pile of tips look like?
Oh, it's all kinds. Felt tips, tips of pencils that broke off, tips of the iceberg,
We found some arrows, arrowheads.
arrow
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes.
Edna, I had a question.
Yes.
This cold stone, do you like the taste of it better with the fact that it had ice cream on it, or does that really matter?
It does not matter to me. I love the feel of the organic material crunching in my mouth.
Oh, it's
Thank
so
you.
relatable. Edna, you're so cool.
I'm a texture person.
Okay. That'll be all. Thank you, Edna.
Thank you. And thank you for being my friend.
Yeah, Deluxe, you gonna write that in your book?
Of course. Always writing in my book.
That's so studious. I really appreciate that about you.
The all of you are gathered around the two
As a
very
team.
cool, as a team, of course. The two very cool teens that work at the ice cream place scoop all of the tips into a big bucket that is labeled Edna's tips that they keep just under the granite counter. And yeah, sure enough, you're sitting, you're filling your stomachs, you're girding your resolve. And this is when the captain of the Cape May Carp saunters up to the cluster of you. What is this person's name?
Samson.
Yes, Samson's sawing off.
Samson Sawnoff, got it. And folks in the chat, at any given point, just toss out a couple of words that would describe Samson, and we'll see what we can do with those. And so Samson, saunters over, eyeing the collection of the collection of things you have. He's a stingray, an enormous oily stingray, and he's from old money. And so he's when he's in the uptown, when he's dry, he kind of zips around on a very, very fast little scooter. But the second he gets into the water, he takes off like a shot. But before that, he hops off his bespoke scooter and kind of breathes in. There's like a ripple through like his bristled spines, and he looks at all of you. As always, very happy to join my less fortunate northern neighbors for a game of baseball.
Go eat a sea cucumber.
I did for breakfast.
Sounds like classic Samson to me. What do you want?
Well, I wanted to exchange lineup cards as is custom, and he hands you this like beautifully like letter pressed thick card with all of the names of his teammates on them.
I grab it and like it immediately wrinkles. I reach into my leather jacket, pull out like a ripped off notebook page that's like sweaty and covered in salt water and has like the little riffles at the end. It's like, here you go.
Yeah, you kind of offer it to him. He takes a 6-inch reverse on his scooter, pulls out a phone, takes a picture of it, and puts the phone away. Keep the paper.
I throw it at him.
It bounces off of his very kind of smooth, slick, upper torso. Well, I did have one other question for you.
I'm gonna waddle up to Samson and look straight upwards. Yes.
I'll walk over because both my friends walked over there.
Makes sense. I'm having a bit of a get-together at the treasure chest in Atlantic City. Invited all of the carps, thought I would extend the invitation to the whale sharks as well. Something of a, half birthday celebration, half game well played celebration. So it is any time this evening. We've got the entire quarterdeck lounge reserved for the occasion.
The entire quarterdeck?
The entire quarterdeck.
It sounds
I
like a
figured-
friendly.
I
Sounds
figured
like a
everyone would
friendly
want
offer.
to come. Nothing but friendly.
Edna,
Blackjack,
isn't it your birthday today?
It was my birthday yesterday, and it's
Oh.
also my birthday in 2 days.
Well, then, happy birthday and happy early birthday.
Thank
I'll-
you.
My parents are going to send formal invites out in the stands there to all of you. So just show up at the treasure chest and wave this invitation around. We're going to have a great time.
Sounds like it. Wow. Thanks, Samson. I hope that we do have a great time.
I do as well.
Also,
Happy hunting out there.
Samson.
Thank you for the invitation. Eye contact.
Right. And with that, he kind of wheels back and heads back to his team.
He said the entire quarterdeck. That must be like hundreds of thousands of dollars to rent that place.
Wow. Just
That's
for Edna's
insane.
birthday.
I can't believe I can't believe he did all that for my birthday.
I mean, you're worth it, Edna. Like, definitely.
What a kind offer. He knew that I didn't even have time to celebrate my birthday yesterday.
Well, I'm game to go after this game, if you all are.
Do you think he has any nefarious things that he wants to accomplish? Why would the rival team invite us?
Oh, they just want to shove our faces in their old money.
Okay.
So let's shove their faces into this gravel for this game.
Yeah.
Indeed. And sure enough, you see a pair of incredibly well-dressed stingrays in the bleachers, handing out little gilded invitations to all of your respective parents who are doing their best to. Well, actually, let's roll for it here. I want one of you to roll 2d6 plus charm. Whoever's feeling lucky. This is going to determine if the rivalry is just limited to the players or if the parents also hate each other.
Ooh.
I'll roll that. Oh, nice. That is 11.
Well, I'll leave it up to you. Do the Wildwood Whale Shark parents and the Cape May Carp parents get along swimmingly, or do they also dislike each other as much as the players do?
I mean, they all grew up, as carps or whale sharks, and so they, they have to be professional with each other, but now it's more like passive aggressive rivalry.
Yeah, what we can call a country club rivalry. lot of evil eyeballs at each other. A lot of, so that's you got that submarine, not the one with the surround sound. Interesting. Well, it's good to be frugal. A lot of that. A lot of little barbs between the two. So sure enough, the game is the game gets underway, and I want each of you will cover about a third of the game. So I want each of you to roll something and tell me how it goes. So, so here's how it'll work: is the first 3 innings of the game. I want one of you to tell me what you're rolling and why, and then roll it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Anything?
Anything at all. Just so long as you justify it, I will take it.
Wow.
I'm going to try and hack the systems the best I can to manipulate the scores.
Got it. Just unapologetic hacking to start. So let's go with that's going to be an invade roll. So give me 2d6 plus sharp.
Invade.
Honestly, if they wanted things to be fair, they would have made their backend systems more secure.
Mhm.
That's an 8.
All right. So partial success. Now, on a partial success, and I'll just read it for the folks following around at home. On a 7 to 9, you succeed, but you leave a trace, you permanently damage the system, or you take a long while. I'm going to say that you permanently damage the system.
Oh no.
So you hack into the Midway's scoring system, and a couple of things happen. First and foremost, even though no one recalls the whale shark scoring, you're now up 6-0, and also the umpire of the game, whose battle suit is connected to the scoreboard to prevent things like this, experiences a malfunction. So what is the name of this umpire, by the way?
Gills.
Umpire Gills. So Umpire Gills is a truly impressive looking, kind of grand Atlantic salmon. Very long in this like armored tube, and all of a sudden, Umpire Gills is their microphone stops working, and also their scrubbers stop working, and then also the armor starts filling with air, and Umpire Gills just kind of floats away. So it is 6-0, and the umpire is now gone, and yeah, those things are connected somehow. Both coaches, as is often the case, and this happens a lot more often in Wildwood Whale Sharks games, especially for as long as Blasta DeLuca has been on the team, that every so often umpire suits go haywire, and so there needs to be a contingency plan, and it's both coaches get together and umpire the game. So your coach and the Cape May Carps coach get together and shrug their shoulders and stand behind the plate and start calling the game. But yeah, with that, the Whale Sharks are up a remarkable 6-0 over the Carps. Who wants to handle the middle innings and how?
Oh, this is where Blackjack shines. Blackjack, of course, is the leadoff hitter and one of the fastest base runners in the league. So he's ready to tear up the bases. So he's going to be rolling tough to run those bases hard.
Nice, I love it. So this is a lot of hard nosed baseball. Getting on base, leading off wide, hard charging, hard play. So give me 2d6 plus tough.
9.
9. All right. So with that partial success, it's no longer a scoreless game. They get some runs on the board, but you're able to extend the lead, and it is now remarkably 9-2. The partial success comes from what is a fun drawback that you all get to deal with? Yeah, I got it. There is a as you're playing, and you kind of hard charging, you're legging out a or finning out, I suppose, a triple, and there's a group of, because right along the third baseline there's a boardwalk, and people are currently playing a game of pop the balloons with darts, and you end up kind of tumbling into them, and darts go kind of spraying everywhere. So I want everyone, I want the three of you to just give me a 2d6 plus sharp, and if anyone gets a failure, you're going to take 1 harm.
Oh no.
We all
Okay.
do.
Mm-hmm.
5.
6.
Oh, this is very convenient. You all take 1 harm.
Ow, ow,
Ow.
ow.
So yeah, the blackjack's style of aggressive play normally works out, and technically it did, but in the middle of the fifth inning, a tumble into the dart booth results in a bunch of darts kind of arcing through the air at strange angles and at inappropriate times, and all of you end up getting hit with a couple of darts.
Yeah, I like pop my head out. I just have this like dart sticking out of my head. Like, ow. That's staying in for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's stuck in there.
Ow.
Pain is only a temporary state of mind. And unfortunately, it's just the state of my mind now.
Oh, it's so well said,
very
Edna. Thank you.
profound. And all right, Edna, you are going to be responsible for rolling for the final third of the game. What do you want to roll? How will you impact the game?
I'm going to do something weird.
Mm.
I'm going to need a name, so throw that in as soon as you're ready. I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to try to trap someone. I'm going to try to trap the runners. And Mariana Trench.
Oh, that's good.
Is really good. Very
that's
good job.
very good.
Mariana Trench is our second base person, and so I'm gonna just ask to switch places with her, and because I'm so charming, and because we're friends on the same team, she lets me do it. And
yeah, she does.
I've
Hey,
been
Edna,
really
welcome to second.
Hi, I'm on second base. I waved to Blackjack, and because it's very sunny, it's very hot out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's warm in Wildwood Earth, and once every few hours, I have to radiate that heat back out because it's been building up in my body. So I am going to start my radiation process here on second base. And anytime a runner comes through, they're going to start sweating pretty profusely, making second base a particularly slippery base to get off of.
I think that's very fair. Let's
Giving
go
us
with
plenty of time to tag them out at third.
Of course. Let's go with 2d6 plus weird, and let's see what happens.
This is my attempt to trap them, and it's going to be a 7.
All right.
Sneaking it in right under the wire.
Okie dokie. So the good news first is this works. This works rather well. You are casting off so much heat that that anyone waiting at second base is hot enough that they are either extending their lead and getting picked off, or staying on the base and getting so sluggish due to rapid dehydration that they are called out. On the partial success, though, unfortunately, something bad happens. It's hot enough that second base melts. Now, that in and of itself is not great, but the thing that makes it very unfortunate is one of you was hiding something under second base that is now stuck under there. And what was that thing?
I was hiding an Ouncebot.
Yep.
No.
Not fan
So
favorite announcer bot.
Announce-o-bot, which you keep in its normal hiding place under second base. You get on your so you have a little remote control for it, and the remote control kind of like vibrates in your pocket, and you look, and Announce-o-bot just you see like a couple of text alerts on the screen, temperature rising, temperature critical, and then finally at the end, help.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh.
how are we supposed to announce the victory now? Hmm.
Blasta, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that robots could overheat.
Edna, you're just learning things, so you are forgiven this once. But only once.
This is my apology. Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Yeah. Don't worry, Deluxe. Little Shorty's gonna be okay. We'll get him out there after the game.
And
Thanks,
with that
Blanchard.
conference on the mound, you end up retiring. You end up Blasta coming in to pitch the last couple of innings, and they get a couple of runs in, but not enough, and the final score is 10-5. It is a Whale Sharks victory at home. So that normally at this time Announce-o-bot would make a big announcement, but Announce-o-bot needs to be excavated out of there.
I reached for
And-
my remote control, but then slowly put it back in my pocket.
Mhm.
I go up behind Blasta and I pick them up and put them on my shoulders.
Ah,
This is a
We
very
win!
exciting day. Winning means everything to human beings.
Edna, what does it mean to you?
What?
What does winning mean? What does winning mean to you?
It means we got more points than the other team according to the rules.
Yeah, we got more points than the other team according to the rules.
This is a positive outcome.
This is a positive outcome.
With everyone starting to chant, "This is a positive outcome," your coach, and I saw the name. It's too good not to use. Skimmer Fleet, who is a large seagull who salutes. Large seagull eating just a gigantic bucket of fries. Looks at all of you. All right, everybody, let's gather around.
I take a knee.
Pleased as punch as always, not just for the win, but for the fact that you did so in ways that were interesting and amusing to me. Yum, 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 yum. Now, I've been told that many of you have been invited to Atlantic City tonight to celebrate. I thought, one, it was incredibly valuable and thoughtful of the Cape May Carps to extend their invitation. And two, a bit of advice. Be kind up there. Yes, you're rivals, but they have done something very thoughtful, and they're probably smarting over the vicious beatdown that we have delivered to them. So I would recommend being your best whale shark selves, wear your finest leather jackets, and come home with memories.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Swim past the max.
And with that, there are great cheers and celebrations. The carps are line up dutifully, slap hands dutifully. There's no anger, no spitting in their palms first or anything like that. And at the very end of the line is Captain Samson Sonoff, who is doing his absolute darndest to keep a steely face. Good game out there. See you tonight in the big city.
The way you said that makes me worried.
You should be. About having too good of a time. Zzz, and off he goes.
Why would that make us worried? Sounds amazing.
He does have a bit of a charm. I'll give him that.
And as of now, like kind of the teams all start to disband, start to talk about arranging rides up to Atlantic City for the night's party, and sure enough, about half a dozen or so.
Oh, we had to
of
rescue
the-
an Ansobot.
Oh yeah. You'll get to that.
Okay.
Half a dozen of the Cape May Carps all kind of talk to each other, pump each other up, and head off in the direction of the Riptide. But you see them all go, kind of like bravely, kind of tapping each other on the shoulders and getting their tickets. But yeah, you have matters at hand here, and that's excavating an Ansobot from its melted plastic prison. So, who's got an idea on how to do that?
I'm gonna stand over it and panic.
Cool. All right, standing over it and panicking. Why don't you give me 2d6 plus tough?
All right. Which is great because I have a 0 to tough. 9.
All right. The panic is just enough that some of your other teammates ask you what's wrong and give you a hug.
I'll help.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'd like to investigate the mystery of how to fix this robot.
Sounds pretty good to me. So why don't you roll 2d6 plus sharp? Do you plan on eating any nearby rocks first?
I do. And because I'm investigating the mystery about this robot, I feel that it's only right to eat a part of the robot, a small, it's blasted. This is going to help, I promise. Just a small cosmetic piece of the robot
Every
to
piece
help
is
me
intricate.
learn more about it.
All right, so 2d6 plus sharp, and tell me what you get.
$11.
All righty, very good stuff. So, you kind of start digging around it. If you think about it, under second base is kind of a pit, like a big, like the size of a kitchen waste basket. And inside was an Ansobot. Now, when all the heat melted the base, it almost, kind of coated it within its little tomb here. So you kind of had to dig down and kind of get around the plastic, and you kind of chipped off a piece of the robot and ate it, as well as some of the surrounding sand. So you can with an 11 you could ask 2 of the investigative mystery questions, or 1 question, however you want to phrase it.
How do I fix the robot?
So best way to fix the robot would be to you kind of think about all the ways that you would probably break the robot more if you tried it. So you don't want to try to pry the melted base off. You also don't want to try to take it apart because you don't know how to put it back together. So the thing that you realize that probably works the best is if you reheated the robot so that the plastic melts off one more time.
Blasta, I've got it. Hold on. I radiated so hard earlier. I haven't built up enough heat again. But if I just run around in circles, I should be able to get my body heat back up again.
2d6 plus weird.
Oh no. 4.
4. So,
just for running?
What's that?
Just how did I roll a 4 just running around?
Well, the failure comes from the fact that you're just not generating enough heat, And so you just keep running in circles. So minutes pass by and you just keep thinking, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So the failure is the fact that you can no longer contribute to actually fixing this thing.
Oh, no,
But-
you're dizzy. You have the
I'm-
dizzy modifier.
Mhm.
Oh, I've become 2 points dizzy. And
Yep,
your
yep,
sun
so-
is too low in the sky to overheat me. We need to find another way to heat this robot.
Yep. So Blackjack or Blasta, how do you want to heat up this robot?
You know what's really hot
Hmm.
on the boardwalk?
Hmm.
The fryolators.
Yeah,
And we need to dip you in a fryolator.
You're going to what?
Are you going to dip Edna or dip the robot?
Oh, the robot. Yeah.
Ah. So you pick up a Announceobot and you walk over to the nearest restaurant with a fryolator. That would be, what's the name of that restaurant? Anyone in the chat this time? I need the name of a good midway, mid-50s Americana boardwalk restaurant.
Don't worry, little guy. We'll get you warm.
Mm-hmm.
Little fella.
Yeah,
little shorty.
Announceobot is trying to announce, but it cannot.
Announceobot, we're trying.
I'm like holding back tears. It's okay,
Uh,
buddy. You're trying, little friend.
You head up to Cranky's Craw, which is a kind of a seafood on a stick emporium. And you walk up there, and the owner of it, who just so happens to be Coach Skimmer Fleet, looks at all of you. Oh, Coach, is it time for practice already? The game's only been over for a few minutes.
Coach, we have a robot that we need put in the fryolator.
Oh, no problem. Use fryolator number 3.
Got it.
And why don't you give me 2d6 plus sharp?
Nah, not good. Oh baby, 11 with 2
All
sixes.
right. So the outstanding news is you cook Announceobot to a pristine medium rare. You get all of the plastic off. There is not only no damage to Announceobot, but the time in the fryolator gave some of its copper components a beautiful patina.
Oh, boom, patina for you.
Announceobot, are you back online?
Your remote control vibrates. And
I'm gonna
you look at it.
Announce how
It
you are
says,
doing.
Ready to announce.
Announceobot.
I hug Announceobot with Blasta.
You do.
Edna, come here.
And
What?
with that,
It's a group hug.
Oh, I've read about these. I enter the group hug.
you have entered the group hug and can confirm it is indeed a group hug. So yeah, now you've got Announceobot, you've got an impressive win under your belt, and you're all getting ready to head up north to Atlantic City. I think
I've
this
got to
might
put
be as
on
good.
my best human outfit.
Mm-hmm. Now might be a good time to take a quick break.
You know, that's perfect. I feel like Act 1 is over. We'll take a quick break for us. Also take this time to chat. Check out our donation partners for the Tablethon 48-hour TTRPG Marathon. Again, we're promoting Sense, an organization that's helping folks navigate the world with complex disabilities. So please check them out. The link is in the chat. Numbers go up. Help us do that. And we've already raised over £1,000 for that organization. Actually, over 1,100 pounds now. Congratulations! Thank you,
Hey.
All
thank you,
right,
folks.
very cool.
Thank you, Square. Thank you, Tom Walters. Thank you, Anonymous. Really appreciate it for helping our numbers go up. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, folks, or about 10 minutes. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Act 2 of Blittle League. This is a part of the 48-hour Tablethon Marathon. This is our cozy 4 hours of this. We are the cast of Blittle League, a horror comedy live play. We are in the midst of an entire new world one-shot that we've created. We're playing Monster of the Week. We are also supporting Sense, an organization helping out folks with complex compounding disabilities. So check out the link in the chat below to donate. Thank you so much for everyone who's donated so far. We're approaching 1,200 pounds. Dang. Get some dangs in the chat, please, for a lot of money for a great organization. How is everyone's break? Chat, how was your break? Cast, how was your break?
My break was fine. Yeah. No, nothing to complain about.
Nothing to complain about?
I ate some jambalaya, feeling good.
Oh, jambalaya. I had a cannoli.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Y'all's break
Where
sounds way
from?
better.
Yeah.
Where's the cannoli from?
My greaser hair. Should we do a quick whip around of our characters real quick for anyone joining us?
Really quickly, John had a question. Where from did you get the cannoli?
Oh, Lindell's.
Ah.
Honestly, it's my favorite place to get cannoli. Like modern Mike's, they can go eat a worm. I'm eating my cannolis at Lindell's. Yeah, here it is. If you're a Bostonian,
Scorching hot take.
Scorching hot take. It's a damn good cannoli, and I don't swear
Wow.
lightly. Yeah,
That really
PG-13
shocked me.
ratings. Yeah.
Do they fill them when you order them?
No. Fair enough. Before we splinter the but Blackjack's gonna die. Oh, poor Blackjack. Folks, this is what you need to know. This is a game. It's a world of horror and fantasy and silliness and comedy. This is following a group of 10-year-olds with superpowers. Let's introduce our characters real fast, and we'll hop into Act 2 of this episode of Blittle League. My name is Blackjack, first base person. Monstrous. I'm half human, half merfolk. And that merfolk is shark. You can tell by my gills and my sharp teeth. And I play for the Wildwood Whale Sharks. Hi.
Hi, I'm Plasta DeLuca. I'm a hacker. I just got back access to my Announce bot. I can finally announce things.
And I'm Edna. I'm from out of town, pretty far out of town, from a little moon called Europa. Beautiful moon just off of Jupiter. If you hit Jupiter, you've gone either too far or not far enough, depending on where in the orbit we are. Yeah, that's me.
All right. I think we're ready for Act 2, John.
Okay, so when last we
Let's
left
blow.
off, let's blow. When last we left off before the break, the Wildwood Whale Sharks beat their vicious rivals, the Cape May Carps, in a very exciting baseball game full of hijinks and hacking and lots of heat and melting bases. And now they are preparing to go up to Atlantic City, home of the famous baseball team, the Atlantic City Pufferfish, to go to something of a birthday party that is being thrown by the captain of the Cape May Carps, Samson Sonoff, who has he or his family have essentially rented out pretty much an entire floor of a famous Atlantic City casino called the Treasure Chest. And so the gang is all heading over there to celebrate
As a team.
as a team. So how are you all getting up there?
I have a light cycle.
Nice. So you've got a light cycle.
I'm riding a Natsobot.
Yep.
And I'm taking public transportation.
Indeed. So all of you head up there in your own way. And actually, I want the three of you to roll 2d6 plus sharp. Whoever gets the highest score is going to learn something on the way. We got a 7.
8.
We got an
9.
8. And we got a 9. All right.
79.
79. So, Blasta, you're whipping up the Garden State Parkway, which is just a fantastic road to drive a light cycle on. It's very smooth, well paved, no tolls. And if there are tolls, they're worth it, darn it. But so you're zipping up there in the light cycle and listening to traffic reports, and you get some breaking news coming in over the radio. And you kind of hear like the do 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 is breaking news coming from Atlantic City. There's some kind of disturbance outside of, or perhaps encasing, the Treasure Chest Casino. Mayor Yaboranax has called for calm as important research is being done into the reason why the treasure chest is in the peril that it's in. Again, Mayor Yaboranax is calling for calm at this trying time. More news as we learn it. Do 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 do.
Was that the Price is Right theme?
Yeah. That's a pretty strange thing to hear. You all turn off in your various light cycles or robots or public transit onto the Atlantic City Expressway, and you get into what is the very exciting part of the drive to Atlantic City. So as you're driving towards the coast, you see all the big beautiful casinos all lit up. And then the road dips into this underground tunnel. And after a few minutes, you are in this giant underground highway. It's just like a really large diameter version of the glass walk. So it's a great big multi-lane highway, fish swimming all around it as you're all zipping under. There are signs up and you see kind of flashing on one of them, was the treasure chest off ramp closed, treasure chest off ramp closed, which is strange because that's where you were going. And the three of you end up pulling up outside of another casino that is famous for its free parking, the Crab Trap.
Oh, I knew it.
So,
oh no,
you're
I'm really hungry.
So there's a great
really
big
hungry.
sign outside of the Crab Trap that says "Crab Trap Buffet." ... Want $5?
Oh, I want $5. Blast up.
Blackjack. I was
Yeah.
told by many humans not to eat that.
I can't be that bad. Blast, I'm so hungry. And my wallet's hungry too.
I will not tell you one way or another, but I will tell you that if you eat now, you will miss out of the feast of your life at the treasure chest.
Oh, I can eat a lot. I'm not worried about that. What's the worst that could happen? That $5 is going to come in handy. Mark your words, Blasta.
All right.
Mark your words, Edna.
10 minutes
Mark
go by,
them?
and the three of you are in the
With
buffet
what?
line for the Crab Trap. And yeah, you walk by the big Clevo rooms where everyone's playing Clevo. So you hear the sound of like knives and screaming, and every so often someone saying, "I win!" And you make it to the buffet. And now, Edna, you're not from here. You're from out of town. There's a lot of smells that in your limited time on this planet, you do not equate with food coming from the buffet area. Blackjack, you're hungry. It doesn't matter. Blasta, you can kind of put the finest point on it. The food smells like someone having a bad day while slowly drowning in motor oil.
Oh,
Yikes.
Oh no.
There is absolutely no way that I'll be eating at this establishment. So
You-
Blackjack,
$5.
So you walk up to the cashier, and says, "All right, looks like we have a party of 3. How many will be eating?"
3?
No.
Excuse me, do you have any I don't know, charcuterie boards?
Yes.
Are they wooden or are they served on a stone slab?
She takes a look. Well, that looks like stone to me.
I'll be eating.
All right, so 2 and an observer. Sounds good. And she hands Edna and Blackjack each $5.
Oh, I'm adding it to my inventory.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay.
Before they eat, I'd like to use my own power and tap into the security cameras of what's actually going on here.
Sure. All right. So I'm going to
Wait,
go ahead and say this
Kaylee, are
is
you wearing a
definitely
leather
read a
jacket?
bad situation.
Yeah, Coach
my, we're
said
all
to
wearing
come in our best leather jackets.
Oh, Marissa, are you wearing a leather jacket too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nicely done, everybody. So
+1s all around.
there you go. So Blast to give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Ooh.
Okay. You can ask 1 question. You will get the worst possible answer.
Oh, I'm so scared.
How can I best protect people?
Tactically, do not let Blackjack eat anything.
No.
Strategically, you probably need to burn the buffet down.
Okay. So I'm choosing between, this is me internally. I'm choosing between saving Blackjack or saving everybody. Okay, I'll make it my mission to make sure Blackjack doesn't eat a scrap.
Fair enough. And how do you go about doing that?
Every time Blackjack finally finishes piling up his plate, Announceobot is gonna swiftly accidentally run into the plate, knocking it across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like he just distract me, and I'm like, huh? And I go to bite. I'm like, oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. I better get another plateful.
Mm-hmm. And that is exactly what happens. You're there for a while, and you're technically eating for a while, but it's just this place is so visually and gastrointestinally overwhelming that after like an hour or so, Blackjack, you're pretty sure you've eaten, but you're still kind of hungry.
Huh.
Wow, you ate a lot, Blackjack. Way to
I?
go!
Yeah, I'm covered in food, and that wall's also covered in food.
Yeah.
Huh.
Announceobot, the remote control for Announceobot vibrates, and you look, and Announceobot has gone through the trouble of running some basic chemical analysis, and the results are shocking. Edna, for you, this is fine. The food that's on the charcuterie board is definitely not what could be legally considered charcuterie, but the board itself is perfectly fine.
The board itself is delightful. It was hard to scrape off all of the toppings on the stone slab because it was mostly just piles of squeezed cheese. But I took it to the restroom and washed it off under the water.
Yeah. And what you were left with was a nice slab of non-porous stone that you then ate.
Delightful.
Yeah, everything here everything here could best be described as food shaped, food colored or food flavored, but not all three at once. And
Yeah.
and so
Pick two.
yeah,
Everything.
so the experience was fine because through Blasta's intelligent intervention, Blackjack, you are not sick to your stomach right now, and Edna, you've got a belly full of stones. So you're feeling pretty good as well.
Hmm.
One thing you all hear, and this kind of corresponds with what Blasta has heard before, is there's something going on at the treasure chest, and you talk about that as you're eating, and there are other people talking about it as well. It's kind of like the big news at the buffet right now. Aside from things like, is Jimmy okay? And Bill has been in the bathroom for several hours. So really the topics of conversation are something is wrong with the treasure chest, and also something is wrong with all of the people eating here.
So we gotta get there somehow.
Got to get to the treasure chest.
Yeah. We gotta get to
Well,
that party.
we could walk.
How about the ramp's closed?
We could walk. We could just walk around the closed sign
Oh yeah.
and then keep walking. What's the worst that could happen?
Cut to all of you outside of the treasure chest. You do indeed find a way to kind of approach. Now, the treasure chest is kind of in an interesting spot because it's underwater here, but it's in a cave, so it's even deeper than most of the city. In point of fact, there are other buildings built on kind of the roof of the cave, and those are all open. But as you approach, you kind of head down through these like winding streets. For those of you that can breathe underwater, you are. For those that aren't, you kind of put in the breathing devices that you have to wear when you're here. And walk / glide / swim there. And the entrance to this cave, that's where kind of the ramp is. The ramp takes you from the rest of the city kind of down into the cave. And it's, the sides of the ramp are, built up with nice, underwater flora. But it's really kind of this one big avenue that leads there. It's a pedestrian walkway, and then it's a kind of a highway as well. And all of that is roped off. You, of course, find a way to circumvent that, either by going through the flora or swimming really high or whatnot. And what you see in this giant building-sized cave is something very strange. You see the treasure chest, the enormous hotel shaped like a treasure chest. The roof is no longer opening and closing. And the entire thing is covered in this weird shimmery purple bell jar. In front of it are a collection of looks like local police. There's a group from the Blittle League Office of Eclipse Management and Spell Slinging. You think there are some local Blittle Leaguers here, but all of them are clustered around an ambulance right now. So yeah, you and also you see, one of you must, because he's enormous. You see the mayor of Atlantic City, Mayor Yaborinax, and he's wearing like, kind of a big, like whenever a politician is at the side of an emergency, they're always wearing like a windbreaker. So he's wearing like a windbreaker that says Atlantic City on the back.
It's
and
always
he's cool.
inspiring and inspires everyone around.
It's
that-
true.
That,
It's true.
that's a working mayor.
That's a working mayor. And so he's giving orders. He's talking to various people in uniforms. And yeah, you're sure enough, you get close enough to kind of hear. Like, what's interesting is if you think about kind of how this cave is, you're kind of like what's the best way to describe it? Like, yeah, imagine an upside down bowl, and in it is a smaller bowl, also upside down. So it's like a dome within a dome, and you're in this outside area, and the whole thing is swarming with people. But inside that smaller dome, that purple dome, you notice two things. One, you can't see anybody in there. And two, there's no water in there. So the treasure chest was built underwater. And
that's its whole gimmick.
That's its whole gimmick. But there is no water in here. The water has been drained out by this purple bell jar, or you don't know if the purple bell jar is doing it, but there's no water in there. And this is causing a couple of problems. One, the facade of the treasure chest is starting to crack. Like, it looks like it's aging really fast because this place has been submerged for decades, and now it's suddenly not. So, like, things are starting to look weird. You see paint chipping off. You see it was surrounded by all various underwater flora. All that flora is now, like, drooped. So it being not underwater is very bad. And yeah, so you're kind of standing in this giant cave, looking at this dome, hearing the mayor talk. And the local Blittle Leaguers could. Oh goodness! Oh, interesting. Well, just keep at it, I guess. One more reinforcement. So, it's important to note also that Mayor Yaborinax is a great and ancient blue dragon. So he turns around and looks at.
We all know that.
Yeah, and he looks at all of you. Blittle League.
Yeah, we're from Wildwood.
I'm from out of town.
Oh, I see. Whale sharks. How'd you do against the carps today?
Oh, we whaled them. Whaled on them.
We won.
Sounds good. As you can see, we have a...
Mr. Mayor, I see that there is a purple sort of bell jar over the treasure chest. Is this considered normal?
This is not considered normal. Far from it, in fact. The Cape May carps arrived soon before you all did. I assumed they were answering the call from Spellslinging and Eclipse Management. I think they were instead here for a party.
We were going to attend that exact same party.
Well, I'm sorry to say that party may well be canceled. The carps tried to force their way through this purple haze, and they were overwhelmed by it.
Overwhelmed? What do you mean?
The medical team could probably answer more of your questions, but...
Hey, medical team, what happened?
Yeah, so there's a tactical ambulance that is run by the Blittle League Office of Tactical Interventions and Bake at Home Pizza Kit Sales, and a couple of their triage folks kind of jog over, and one of them walks up. Yeah, okay, Blittle League, Wildwood.
Yes.
Yeah. I can tell by the jackets. I'm Agent Grimsby. And Agent Grimsby, and yes, unfortunately, your compatriots on the carps were badly injured trying to make it through that haze.
Injured how? Like emotionally, physically, spiritually?
2d6 plus sharp. We're going to investigate a mystery here.
Oh, no. Why did I open my big old dumb mouth? Oh, 4. Ah.
I'll give you a choice. either they don't know what the issue is and you need to figure it out, or they do know and it's horrifying.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Okay.
Don't tell me that they've been shelled.
Even worse, they've been desiccated.
Oh no.
What does that mean?
This field surrounding the treasure chest pulls moisture from what's inside of it, dries it out very, very quickly. It's powerful enough to slowly drain the water level in there, which it's been doing for the past several hours. But for anyone foolish enough to touch it, it's like they've been left in the desert for years.
Ugh. Sounds horrifying.
Yes. All of the carps that dared force their way through, one of them, a stingray-looking fellow, kept saying, "I have a reservation, I have a reservation." Tried to press his way through, and you wouldn't like the looks of him.
Why?
Oh, because he's been desiccated.
Oh no. That sounds terrible.
I want to go visit Samson.
You do, and oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So he's on a stretcher in. They've kind of set up a field hospital, so it's a bunch of ambulances all backed up in a semicircle, and it's tents set up and things like that, and people are swimming to and fro, and Samson Sonoff is kind of drifting about a foot from the floor of the cave. You can see his bones kind of peeking through. His downcast eyes are now really sunken. His color is gray and mottled.
Oh.
And he is awake and alert, but it's very clear he doesn't want to be. He's pained. His eyes are bloodshot. They're darting to and fro. He's breathing very shallow. He's hooked up to all kinds of things. They're pumping saline into him, but he's in rough shape.
I go up to him. Hey, Samsy. I just wanted to, just say hi, and they know you're one of the toughest kids in the league, and I have these glasses that make me feel brave sometimes. So I just want you to have these. That if you just need to have a moment to yourself and still look cool, feel free to put them on.
He takes his one of his flippers and reaches into a pocket, and with a shaking appendage takes a picture of the sunglasses and puts it away. And before he says, "Keep them," he thinks better of it and nods and lets you put them on him.
There you go. You look cool. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We're going to be late to the reservation.
You know what,
Well,
Samson?
Wait for the food to get cold.
Time is but an ever-flowing river, and we are merely passengers. And if we get to the party eventually, then we'll still have gotten to it. Isn't that right?
You're right. I'll tell my parents to ask the cooks to refresh the chafing dishes. And he passes out.
Wow.
Samson, I swear we'll get you in there. We'll honor your reservation.
They told us we wouldn't like the looks of him, and they were right.
Mm-hmm.
At least on my account. I didn't like looking at him at all.
Yeah. The his teammates are in just as rough a situation. The Cape May Carps are unified in the fact that they are all well heeled and well moneyed, but they are from very, very different places. And you've got some humans, some merfolk, and you get to kind of see a variety of sentient creatures, all 30% less hydrated than they should be. So it's kind of like an anatomy lesson you didn't want. But sure enough, they're all here. So the carps are kind of knocked out. And the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management doesn't really know what's going on here yet. Or rather, they do. They and the Tactical Interventions team are kind of working together. And they have determined that this like purple bell jar thing is desiccating whatever is inside of it. But they do not yet know how, and they do not yet know how to stop it.
Well, why don't I investigate?
Sure. Roll 2d6 plus sharp to investigate a mystery.
I have a question.
Yeah.
To my eye, what does the bell jar look like it's made of?
It appears to be made of... The short answer is not rock. Best way to describe it would be almost like the glitter in a snow globe if it all stuck to the outside of the snow globe. Just kind of like floating, sort of solid looking glittery sheets.
Well, this does not look like rock to me. Could I eat a rock nearby?
You
Perhaps a
could.
piece of pavement that was chunked off by the incoming thing?
I will allow it. So you get down, you eat a couple of decent sized chunks of asphalt, and roll 2d6 plus sharp plus 1 for eating rocks to investigate a mystery.
Perfect. 7.
You may ask one question from the investigate a mystery list.
Oh, how about what here is not what it seems?
Oh, great question.
That is a great question. I will give you 2 options. Option 1, you could learn about what about the treasure chest is not what it seems. Or the other option is you could learn what about the mayor is not what it seems.
Oh, 2 great options. Oh, I think I will choose to find out what about the treasure chest is not what it seems.
The treasure chest is not just a casino. The treasure chest also houses within it, in its vault, which is the most secure vault in all of Atlantic City, the holdings of Atlantic City Banking Corporation. And the reason why you know this is because the asphalt that you ate has been driven over many times by heavily armored, heavily warded trucks from the Atlantic City Banking Corporation.
Yes, I taste this distinction.
Yeah.
Indeed. And you don't think what they have down there is just money. Because money, it's easy to protect money. It's harder to protect things that are either magically or technologically important. And that's why they sent these big, serious trucks. So 99.9% of the people that walk into this place don't know that in the vault houses some kind of great or important treasures.
Blackjack,
Yeah.
Blasta,
Yes.
is it typical for casinos in Atlantic City or elsewhere to also be banks?
Sometimes. I wouldn't say
Uh,
typical, but I wouldn't say unheard of either.
I think there might be some kind of heist going on.
a heist. That means we got a counter heist.
My research tells me that humans love heists, and they follow a similar formula each time.
Hmm.
Perhaps we can crack the code
On the formula?
on the formula of what the heist of their we can figure out what they're doing and how to stop them from doing it so that the birthday party can go ahead.
Ah,
Right? Is that what we're doing here?
I think so. Yeah.
And that sounds like what we got to do then. Find the
Yeah.
formula to fix the heist.
My I don't know if this helps, but my cousin's a tactical genius.
What's your cousin's name?
No,
Severus.
don't do this. Every time. We can't just have a peaceful game, Joey.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Blackjack has a cousin named Severus. What is that weird?
Do you want to call him?
I take out my flip phone. Flip.
Yep.
Do you have a nickname?
A nickname? I don't know. Probably goes by Slobs.
Hey, this is Lobs. And then you
Hey,
hear an explosion.
Oh,
That didn't work. We're going to fix that.
Hey, so I'm putting you on speakerphone right now. This is just your cousin Blackjack. I'm here with Blasta and Edna. Blasta and Edna, say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know you either.
Yeah, this is my cousin Severus. He's a tactical genius. Could we explain the situation to him?
So it appears that yes, and then
Yep, with some degree of detail. So sure, I would let you, Blackjack, roll read a bad situation +1 because your cousin, who is good about this kind of thing, is helping you.
Okay. Thank God, 7.
You can ask one question from the read a bad situation list.
What's the best way in?
That makes a lot of sense. So you're pretty sure, or Zlobs is pretty sure, based on how you kind of describe the dome and how it's working, that you can't undercut it because he thinks that the whole thing is probably surrounded. So it's almost like he describes it like a water balloon. So like a big balloon with like a knot at the top. And he says, but instead of water, it's filled with air. The goal is to go in through the knot at the top.
So a regular balloon.
Yeah, but upside down. Zlobs insists that it is a water balloon upside down and full of air.
Okay.
That is it's the way it makes sense.
Okay, yeah,
I
I'm following you.
So Zlobs believes that it's not like it's a perfect circle. Likely this is emanating from some kind of projector at the top of the building. So you'd need to get up to the top of the building and see what's up there. But that's probably your way in.
I'm gonna grab an Bot and immediately take off.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, you could get up there a number of different ways. Now, when you're downtown in Atlantic City or anywhere on the shore that's underwater, you will naturally carry with you your leather jackets have them. They've got kind of air bladders in them that can expand and contract, like a submarine raising or diving. You also have ankle weights. that you can kind of kick off as well. So you can get very buoyant, very fast if you want to. And so that's what you do is you kick off some ankle weights, you inflate the kind of the air bladders within your cool leather jacket. And sure enough, you're kind of skimming along the roof of the cave, or the ceiling of the cave, rather, to get to the top. Are all of you heading that way as well?
Yes.
I can just swim.
Both my friends went that way, so I'll go that way too.
Well, that's where they are, yeah. So sure enough, you zip up there, swimming, floating, following your friends, and sure enough, you see at the top of the treasure chest building, there's kind of like so the bell jar kind of goes like this, and at the very top kind of dips in on itself.
And a water balloon.
Yeah, like a water balloon, upside down, but full of air. And you get to the top to where this kind of depression is, or this like little hole is, and you are immediately met by laser fire.
Oh.
And you all kind of break
Lasers.
off and scatter. Yeah. So someone shot at you.
That's not typical. I haven't been shot at in quite a while.
Are you used to lasers out there, Edna?
Not really. Where I'm from, not a lot of lasers.
Did it seem to come from a battery of some sort? Something controlled automatically or through technology?
Or blast a 2d6 plus sharp. See what you observed.
7.
They were. It looked. You're pretty sure it was small arms. You're pretty sure that there were people holding kind of laser rifles. You saw a couple of things.
I'm gonna bite them.
Oh, you're gonna bite them. All right. So here's how this is gonna work. What you saw, Blasta, is there's definitely equipment up there, and in between the equipment are people, and those people are shooting at you with laser rifles. So there's definitely a bunch of stuff there. So yeah, it's now officially combat if Blackjack's going in to bite. So Blackjack, yeah, the way kind of this works is you've got like this kind of pitched in area. It's almost like a hole in the purple. And there are people at the bottom of it shooting up. And they're in water, like or they're probably surrounded on all sides by like this purple, but they're in this like indentation in it. They're in the knot of that water balloon shooting upwards. So you can get in there and get them if you want to.
Yeah, I want to like swoop in with my speed and teeth, pick them up and throw them off.
Sounds good. Sounds like kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough.
Do I get any +1 for being very good at swimming?
Yes, you do.
And very fast.
You'll get a +1 to this because I'll put it to you this way. If any of you fail when attacking, you're going into the purple. So this +1 means you're going to be a little better at avoiding that than most.
9.
9. All right, partial success. So you deal your damage to them. That is 3. And they deal their damage to you, which is 1. So you get winged with a laser blaster.
Hits me right in the dart.
Right in the dart spot, too. And so there's just kind of this like spray of like misty merfolk blood. And you kind of dive down, big teeth, big mouth opens up, and you chomp down hard on one of their arms. You think there are 2 of them down here. Great big thunderous scream. You see like air releasing from their breathers. And sure enough, you kind of bite down and like drag them up and they go floating out into the water again. So yeah, there's one of them is gone. You see the laser rifle kind of drifting through the water. Who's going next?
Well, I suppose I could take a crack at this. I see that my friend is attacking, and so I will attack as well.
Alrighty. Are you using the gadget?
I sure am. I pull
All
out my
right.
gadget.
The
You
gadget.
you draw out the gadget, which is always unnerving to people on Earth. They've just never seen something like this.
Yes, it's
But
hard to describe.
yeah, are you going to use it at close range or at long range? The advantage
I
of close range is it'll do full damage. The disadvantage is on a failure, you're going to get zapped by the purple.
I understand. I am going to use it at close range because these enemies did not surprise me. I was able to get a head start moving towards them. I was,
Yep.
in fact, surprised by the laser. But,
Mhm.
you know, what is a laser if not a tool? And tool use is one of humans' favorite things. So
That's
I
very
really
true.
shouldn't have been surprised at all.
All right, let's go 2d6 plus tough to kick some butt with the gadget.
I love using my gadget. 10.
Okay. This man lives a lifetime in 10 seconds and drifts away unconscious.
Goodbye.
What?
And here
So
you
many
all are.
memories. So many memories packed into this little baby. I pat my gadget.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the gadget does what the gadget does.
Game Master,
So,
did my enemy leave an egg behind?
What?
and this one's green.
Fantastic. I'll add it to my collection.
What?
So you are now
Hold on. What?
So you're now on top of the treasure chest, surrounded on all sides by this kind of cascading upward like arc of purple. But you see where it's coming from and you can reach it. Like it's almost like this stuff up here is accessible. It's in the water. So what you see is kind of these two cylinders full of like weird looking tech connected to a third cylinder that just has this like pulsing purple stone in it.
Okay. Is this something I can hack?
You think so?
I mean, bits and bytes, on and off, true and false. It's a
Bites.
universal language.
It is true. 2d6 plus sharp to invade.
It's such a cool name.
10 plus 1.
You now have control of this system. Yeah, this is remarkably complicated security in here, but you're pretty sure that the folks that built it, it could best be described as a really good padlock on a door. And a padlock on a door is really good for keeping people out for a few minutes. A padlock works best when there are security guards pacing around, making sure people aren't touching the padlock. But since the two security guards are now drifting unconscious through the murky water, you have all the time in the world. So you're able to bypass the electronic security equivalent of a padlock. Open this thing open, and yeah, there's a view screen on here and all the controls. So you could do whatever it is you want with this thing now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to turn off the purple. There's a purple knob, and I'm going to twist it all the way to the left.
Yep. So you turn it off, and as it slowly starts to shimmer, water starts kind of pouring back in. You adjust it just so that this building isn't instantly crushed under the waves. You kind of slow trickle the water back in, and yeah, sure enough, after a couple of minutes, this purple is gone, and the building is now appropriately refill or appropriately sitting in water. The inside of the building has a mix of rooms that are fully submerged and rooms that are airlocked and dry. So you don't know what's going on, and there could be chaos in that building. But at least, at least it's not rotting from the outside in, and the big scary purple bubble is now gone.
I'm gonna hold Announce Spot and look at Announce Spot and Announce Spot's face. Okay, Announce Spot. It is now your job to let everybody on the ground floor know that the purple is gone and you are safe. Go, Announce Spot, go.
You installed the little propeller in Announce Spot, so it starts spinning and it's just.
Oh, little fella, that little clam, that little pearl buddy.
Blast a 2d6 plus charm. Your goal is to use Announce Bot to let everyone know it is safe to enter the building.
Okay. That is an 8.
Okay. So the partial success means one group is going to enter the building and help you. You get to choose the group. Is it going to be the mayor, the Blittle League Office of Eclipse Management and Spell Slinging, or the Blittle League Office of Tactical Interventions and Bake-at-Home Pizza Kit Sales? So you'll either have a politician, a bunch of magicians, or a small army.
I think the mayor. The mayor.
Got it. So, yeah, sure enough, you all like head down, and all these various groups are like still securing the perimeter, and the mayor comes down and looks at you all. Whoa. Our friends from Wildwood have been here for only a few minutes, and you've resolved the day.
Well, we had some help from out Boston.
Sounds good. A connection between Boston and Wildwood must always remain strong.
I'm so inspired. This guy's great.
Looks like the Blittle League squads are starting to secure the outside. Best that I go in with all of you, see what's going on in there. If you wouldn't mind leading the way.
Blackjack, Edna?
Yeah.
Yes?
Shall we?
Well, that's Trundle.
As a team.
Sure.
So
I go because my friends are going.
That's where they're going. So sure enough, you head in. And the inside of this place. So the parts of the treasure chest that were meant to remain like underwater were drained as part of this. So there are just injuries scattered throughout the main rooms. A lot of stuff has toppled over because it was built to be underwater and now it's not. So various statues have fallen over. There are some people in here that look very desiccated. But yeah, with as you walk in, you see a couple of things that are most notable aside from like all of the injuries and stuff. One is that the mayor is looking around from kind of where he is in the door. Like he's not like walking in to like check on his constituents. He's like standing in the doorway, like trying to spot something. And two, the other thing is a couple of guards or armored troopers, identical looking to the ones that you fought on the roof, sprint down a corridor the second they see you and the mayor walk in.
What do
like
you,
a very
what
dramatic
do you all
time
think
for-
about that?
I think we should think about it during a quick break.
Yeah. Oh, we're in Act 3, baby. All right, we're gonna take a quick little 5 to 10. I encourage you all to get hydrated, to take care of yourself, and also to check out our donation sponsor. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I put the wrong link in the chat. in the wrong chat. There it is. All right. So we're working with Sense as part of this 48-hour marathon, this Tablethon. You can check out Sense, a nonprofit dedicated to helping folks with compound and really logistically tough disabilities get through life. So check out Sense. We've already raised over 1,200 pounds, or at least 1,100 pounds. I haven't checked out the new number yet. Let's see, refresh. Thank you everyone who donated so far. Over 1,100 pounds. That's awesome. So thank you so much for making differences in folks' lives. We'll be back in a little bit for the last act of this Wildwood adventure. All right, go get some water, everyone. Don't be desiccated. And we're back. Hello, chat. Hello, Little League crew. Welcome back. How was your break? Last break. The last act of the night.
It's a
Last
good
part of
break.
the night. It was great.
John, you're still rule of threes. That's perfect comedy right there. Comedy point, because it's honesty and comedy. All right, folks, we're back again. This is our reminder that this is hour 4 of our 4-hour part of this 48-hour marathon. Again, big ups to the Tablethon admin and crew for putting together this event to help sense an organization that helps folks with complex disabilities enjoy and experience the world. So thank you again. Please donate. The link is in the chat below. Click on it. We've already raised over 1,100 pounds. Let's help make that number go up as we finish and bring home this mystery here at the treasure chest here in Atlantic City. All right, let's dive back in.
Okay, so there's a lot to look at all at once here. The mayor, the Great Blue Dragon, is kind of pacing around
In a windbreaker.
Pacing around in kind of the big open lobby, looking around. You saw a couple of people dressed exactly like the people you fought on the roof, kind of run down a rear hallway. And everything else here is a mix of injured people and damaged things. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna panic.
You panic. There's lots of panic about.
Hold yourself together, Blaster.
Okay. Okay. Can I see if I can access the remote the camera situation so I can get tactical advantage?
Yes, you can. Roll. This is going to be a read. You're going to use own. So that's read a bad situation or investigate a mystery. So you're going to roll 2d6 plus sharp. Before you do, decide whether you are investigating a mystery or reading a bad situation.
Reading a bad situation.
Roll it.
Ooh, that's a 11.
Okay, so you kind of walk up to a fairly innocuous piece of wall, and from experience that's usually where important wires are stored. So you kind of rip down the plaster, and sure enough, there are cables running, and you splice into them here, and open up like a little view screen, and you're toggling through camera footage. And oh yeah, you've got eyes all over this casino. So
They
you
really
can
need to
ask.
improve their security systems.
You can ask 3 questions from Read a Bad Situation.
Okay, what's the best way in?
So you're already in the casino, but the question is, where else in here can you go? And you're looking around, and this casino has a bunch of things in it you would expect a casino to have, like a lot of hotel rooms, various games of chance to play throughout. All of those are relatively easy. You can kick down doors and do that. In terms of places that are hard to get into, really there are 2. There's the cage, which has all of the money that goes out to the tables. And then there's also the secure vault. And the secure vault is the best way to get in there would be, there's only one way in. It's via a secure elevator. So the best way in would be to, in essence, convince the people that are currently in control of the vault that you belong there. So what does that mean? You look through your camera, and you see a bunch of people in tactical gear working on a truly immense vault door with a bunch of tools. Like, that looks like they're cracking it. And it's like, what's the best way to get there? It would be via the secure elevator in a way that makes them think you belong there.
Okay.
Because if you tried to raid if you tried to just go down and open the door, they would shoot you all to pieces with laser rifles.
So I guess that might. What's the most vulnerable to me?
The most vulnerable to you. The most vulnerable to you. Could be the climate controls in the vault. Could also be the power for the building. Yeah, probably those 2 things.
Okay. And how can I best protect people?
Well, you probably can't get anybody out of here because everyone's hurt. Like, they need medical teams in here.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you again.
Make sure there isn't a firefight here in the lobby.
All right. Edna, Blackjack. We need to convince the people who are currently in control of the security elevator that we should absolutely be riding that elevator. If we don't, they could shoot or have some sort of firefight, and one of those stray bullets could catch any of the systems that are keeping all of these people alive. Do we know anything about convincing a small group of security people that we belong?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Well, they all look like they're wearing the same outfit. Have you noticed all their clothes is the same?
Oh, it's all tactical. Yeah. It's very similar.
Don't you think if we were all wearing those same human clothes, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between us and a buddy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your clothes is how I tell all of you apart every day.
That just makes sense.
I don't know. We're awful young looking.
Oh, but we present boldly.
We do present boldly. And I may be young here on Earth, but on Europa, I'm 1,054 years old.
Wow. That's more than a century.
It's definitely true.
Technically more than a millennia.
A what?
Okay. So
I think we should try it. Try
Great.
dressing up like them.
Great. I'm going to try to find some unexpected guards and steal their stuff.
Gotcha. So, it's based on kind of Blasta owning the security systems and stuff. You're able to see kind of where clusters of them are. You're definitely going to need to get the drop on them. So. So what is your approach to sneaking up on or otherwise catching unawares a group of these guards? Which, by the way, it's very apparent that these are not like casino guards.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see casino guards and they're wearing, like polo shirts with little treasure chest logos on them. A lot of them are like injured right now.
It's very fetching.
It is. What do you want to roll to sneak up on someone or otherwise?
Yeah. So I want to if Blasta can like make everything like dark and red lighted, maybe create some steam or fog, and then I want to go in fast and teeth forward to scare them out of their pants, literally.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly where their pathway will go as well. So I might be able to use some of the controls I have access to.
Yeah.
And I could always use my gadget.
Mm-hmm. So I will let this would definitely be a chase. So I'm gonna say I'll give you 2d6, and this is you want this is act under pressure.
Uh-huh.
So that's cool. I'll give you +1 because you have Blasta giving you coordinates, and another +1 because of your preternatural speed. 2d6 plus cool plus 2 more.
All right.
When John said it was a chase for a second, I was like, oh, are we doing rodeo rules?
Well, your boy Blackjack got a 10.
All right.
Whoa.
I'm going to narrate this out.
Dun it.
Yeah. there are trios of troopers all communicating. And so there's a lot of chatter. It's roof team's not responding. Yeah, agreed. Yes. And the dome's down. Means we've got 45 seconds until breach. No, it's probably too late. There are probably people already in the building.
Dun it.
Where's Alpha?
Dun it.
Where's Alpha? All of a sudden, smoke starts coming out, and then there's just a shadow that like whips by. People are like, two of the troopers are like walking with laser rifles down the hallway. All right, we have to secure the egress. Yes, agree. The egress. Yes. Come up the elevator and then up back to the roof, and then we could drill. Yes, agreed. Like mist starts spraying out of the fire suppression system. All of a sudden, there's coughing and choking, and then all of a sudden, teeth.
Ha!
And yeah, a trio of them get get immediately spooked. One of them gets pulled to the ground by giant teeth. Another of them, tries to run into a side room and radio in for backup, but all of a sudden someone's jamming his communications, and we see Blasta just typing away on a laptop. And the third one is, bounding down a hallway to get to a checkpoint, when all of a sudden he gets hit with a gadget, and the voice of his father yelling at him for 10 uninterrupted years fills his mind, and he passes out. So y'all got 3 uniforms.
That worked out pretty good.
Yay! This is terrific. That plan worked out so splendidly, exactly how we planned it.
A little droopy, but pretty good.
It's
I
okay,
wear it
Blasta.
over
Just,
my leather jacket.
Yeah,
So it fills it out.
yeah, it gives you some bulk. It bulks you up.
just roll up the arm tubes a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It like all the arms on mine are particularly long, so even if I roll them up, they look like a puffy prom dress.
Mm-hmm. So now that you're wearing kind of this tactical armor. You all have +1 armor now.
Oh wow.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
Are there still injured people out in the lobby?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't I'm going to charge up my gadget on them a little bit to help them feel better.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you're gonna adjust some of the stuff on your gadget and see if you can.
I'll grab sort of a reverse memory so I can take away some of the memory of the pain they've been experiencing from desiccation. And I'll use those to charge my weapon.
Yeah. So 2d6 plus weird, and I'll give you +1 as well.
Very sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8.
Pretty good. The partial success. What do we got? Okay. The good news is the gadget kind of stimulates. You kind of blast a pulse from the gadget that kind of stimulates their neural receptors, and all of them start to feel a little bit better. Like those that were concussed are kind of coming around. Those that are bruised up are starting to feel better. So the good news is, yeah, people are starting to feel better, and your gadget's recharged. The partial successy part is all of them, everyone in this casino lobby, dozens and dozens and dozens of people, now share an absolutely identical memory of a 9th birthday party that did not exist.
It's a Blade Runner.
Right down to the decorations and what flavor the cake was.
The gadget is as unpredictable as the outer universe.
Mm-hmm. It's powered by the same energy. So yeah, a bunch of them all get up and kind of start to move around, and otherwise appear like they're getting their minds back together again. And yeah, sure enough, that's all charged up, and Blasta, because you still have access to all the cameras, you're looking around, and 2 things of note are happening. One, you're pretty sure they cracked the vault door, because it's now opening and people are filing in. There is no camera within the vault itself, only on the outside. The other thing is the mayor is talking to someone on some kind of comms device, but you don't think it's anyone from Blittle League. And he's definitely acting not terribly, like he's not commanding the room and all of that. He's as tucked away in a corner as a giant blue dragon could be, talking to someone in hushed tones.
And he took off his windbreaker.
Yeah, it's folded neatly on an entire buffet table.
Huh.
Okay.
Mayor stuff. All right, let's go downstairs.
Yep. Now that you're tapped into the comms, you are hearing what's going on too, and that's kind of filling in the rest of the story. They're referring to, like, all these troopers are referring to two different people, Tex and Alpha. Tex is apparently giving them orders, and Alpha is just some other figure. Like, when they speak of Alpha, they'll say things like, Alpha will be pleased, or we're going to get a heck of a payday from Alpha for this. And with Tex, it's like, Tex wants you here. Just heard from Tex. Tex is here. And every so often you think you hear who Tex is giving orders. But things are generally coalescing now into, they're going to be hitting the elevator and getting back up to the lobby in about 2 minutes. And from there, they're going to probably get back up to the roof and extract, even though the purple dome is down.
Well, let's get down there quick.
Okay. I'm gonna run a quick sentinel, and I'll address that later. But that's gonna go out into a different mainframe.
And with that, yeah,
Tell it to me in English. Tell it to me plainly, Blasta.
It's on a need to know.
A need to know?
Let's
Then
go.
do we need to know? Oh, all right, here we go.
And yeah, with a kind of a pilfered security card and a couple of keys and various codes that you've gotten, you're able to activate the elevator and head down deep into the sub basement of this casino.
Friends.
Yeah.
This tactical deer is very, very thick.
Oh, are you getting warm?
I'm getting warm.
Warm down here.
I'm overheating.
Oh no! Don't overheat here. Quick, overheat on a bad guy.
Okay.
I pick up Edna. Quickly.
Yep. So you open the door, and yeah, you're in this kind of like armored, secured, like, antechamber, and you could see, Blasta, the cameras that you were looking through when you had sliced in. And sure enough, there's this big vault door that is hanging off on a hinge, that has the Atlantic City Banking Corporation logo stamped into the vault door. You get in, and a couple of the guards that were on the vault door holding laser rifles kind of look at all of you, and one of them kind of cocks their head to the side, but they realize, oh right, okay, yeah, you're some of us. It's at around this point that, Blackjack, you pick up Edna and start running. So what's happening now?
I'm overheating and it's becoming an emergency.
All right. If you're going to discharge heat, where's it going to go?
I need to radiate. Hurry, Blackjack.
I'm going as fast as I can, as fast as my speedy legs can take us.
Do you want to toss your overheating companion into the vault?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be kind of an area of effect blast of heat. So let's go. Edna, give me 2d6 plus tough.
Okay.
And tell me what you get.
Don't destroy any climate control systems.
2d6 plus up. 5.
Oh no.
So,
sorry, everybody.
you run in and kind of, Blackjack, you kind of roll Edna into the middle of the room like you're tossing a live hand grenade and kind of duck. And Edna, you kick off a lot of heat very fast, but
yeah.
Instead of a couple 100 degrees emanating off of you, it's it's a loud, thunderous, asphalt-flavored burp. And it cracks your faceplate, which kind of shears off. And all of a sudden, 10 laser rifle packing special troopers turn and see a 10-year-old from Europa sitting in the middle of the vault.
Hello, fellow humans.
They open fire.
Wait,
No.
What?
we're here from Alpha.
Yeah, we're
Alpha sent us.
Alpha sent us.
Blasta 2d6 plus charm.
Uh-oh.
Can I help?
How do you want to help?
I'm just gonna put on my most charming human face and make eye contact with all of them.
Fair enough. Help out. So let's roll. Let's roll for Edna's help out first. Give me a 2d6 plus cool.
Oh no! I thought I was gonna get to roll charm as well.
Mm-mm.
That's all right. Oh, okay, it's a 9.
Okay,
not too
so Blasta, you're going to get a +1 on this roll, but any consequences that happen to you also happen to Edna.
I got a 6, so it's a 7.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh. Woof, 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 woof.
Okay. So this is a manipulate someone. So the charm was to convince them to believe that you are here on behalf of Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so you say it, and then they're all like, "Who?" And a woman that's kind of standing in the back of this cluster of troopers turns around. She is holding in her arms this really big case, like maybe 3-4 feet across. It's a big, heavy looking case, looks very old. And she walks forward, military haircut, a bunch of tattoos along her jawline that denote some kind of rank or experience or something. She kind of walks up to you and taps her forehead and then kind of looks you up and down. Her eyes flicker, and then she kind of taps her forehead again. And what does Alpha want?
Alpha asked that this team continue working, but under our supervision.
Work's already done. We're about to extract with this.
Ah,
So you can tell Alpha will meet him at rendezvous point as planned.
and right. And that is, of course, at
2d6 plus charm.
Oh man.
7.
We're really by the skin of our teeth here.
The one that was discussed. Partial success, you're not going to get shot, but yeah.
Okay. I remember. Thank you. Yeah.
You want to supervise, you're going to supervise. You're coming with us.
What are we taking again? What are we extracting?
Oh no.
I just forgot.
Oh no.
I'd love to know what we're extracting since we're in charge now.
Tex, you're pretty sure it's Tex at this point.
Oh yeah.
Looks down at the case in her hand. Just one object, as contracted.
What kind of object? Organic.
2d6 plus
Made
charm.
of all right. 7. Triple sevens. We're in a casino, John.
Yeah. Jackpot. Ding 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 ding.
Jackpot. Ding 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 ding.
Fine.
Black jackpot.
If you want to be this way about it, you hold it. She places this thing in your hand and cuffs it to your arm.
Thanks. Wow, pretty. This is an
All
important job, I sense.
We extract through the alternate route because the shield's down.
Mm.
And all of you
Right,
kind of
right.
pack up and head out.
Uh-oh. Suddenly my vision goes dark. And I feel like in my own little bubble world, the shark god appears. Oh no. Oh no, not now. Oh no, not now. Oh no.
You are floating in the deep blackness of 1,000 feet below the Earth's surface.
Uh-oh.
The shark god stares at you and through you and out through your eyes at the rest of the world. Their voice echoes in your head. Do you know what your friend possesses?
No. We've been trying to figure that out.
Well, I will tell you, as you are a good servant to the shark god.
Yep. I love you too.
Yes, I know. There is a blade in that box.
That's cool.
A blade that will aid us in the slaying of a great enemy.
Awesome. What do you want me to do with it?
Take the blade.
Okay, I pick up Edna.
Yep.
Blackjack, this wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah, so take the book. You okay? And you like snap back into reality. You grab Edna and you sprint out towards the elevator. This is a chase. Good news for all of you.
Blackjack must be very strong because I am extremely dense.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but Blackjack is half merfolk, and
That's true.
that is good
and
resilient.
that rounds
muscle
up.
It does. All right. 2d6 plus cool plus 1 because you're sharp. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Oh, okay. 8.
You all take off. Yeah, Blast, you're standing there. You're like, oh, interesting. All right, I'm about to get some kind of cool car. Nope. And they just run by you. Like, okay, this is happening. You all jump into the elevator. The laser blasts are starting to pepper the pepper the walls.
Oh no, I've been hit.
You have been hit. You take one. You take one. Actually, Blackjack, you take 2 harm. Blast and Edna, you take 1. The door closes, and on the partial success, there's going to be someone waiting for you at the top of the elevator.
But I know who.
Mayor Yaborinax.
Oh, the mayor's here to help.
You kind of walk out. You're like bleeding from like these half quarterized holes in you. And the mayor looks at Edna holding the box.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
What exactly did you see down there?
We saw a team of professionals who have, in fact, broken the vault and stole this blade, of which we have obtained and ran away from that said team. And now we are in possession of it.
And
Well,
now
then
we
you
can return it to safety?
I will take it as on behalf of the people of Atlantic City.
I'm afraid we can't do that, Mr. Mayor. This blade, unfortunately, has to go to the Society of the Treasure Chest, for they are the only ones with clearance, as per record.
I'm going to need that box now.
Suddenly everything goes dark, and I'm whisked away to thousands of feet beneath the sea.
What?
Uh-oh. I'm bleeding.
You are to take the choir blade out of its box.
Uh-huh.
The creature it was fated to destroy is in front of you now.
Okay. Whoosh! And I go
Yep.
stab the dragon.
Wow. Okay.
I can't.
All right.
That's a god.
This is going to be kick some butt. So 2d6 plus tough. You're carrying the choir blade, which is designed by ancient ritual hundreds of years ago, specifically to kill blue dragons. So you're going to get a +2 on that as well. And roll it and tell me what happens.
10. The shark god said to do it.
There is a great and thunderous rending as the timeline hiccups a little bit as something that's been destined to happen for centuries happens in the lobby of an Atlantic City casino. You all simultaneously feel a great looming dread and also some weird degree of relief, as if an itch you didn't know needed to be scratched got scratched. You hear sirens outside. You know that what you just did is serious, but you don't know how it's going to be. I want all three of you to roll 2d6 flat, nothing on them.
Mm.
6.
7.
Oh, okay.
That's rough.
One month later, the prison cell that you're all in opens. Which is weird because no security guard opened it. No police officer, no prison guard opened it. It just slides open. Also, it's the middle of the night too, which you realize like day and night cycles down here in like an Atlantic City prison are a little meaningless because you're downtown, deep downtown, and you can't really tell when it's light and when it's not. You walk out and you're looking for, I don't know, is it mealtime? Did someone, but no. Instead, you see your Blittle League coach, Skimmer Fleet.
Coach?
He is not eating French fries. He is standing there looking at all of you. What I'm about to say is not on the record. Yes, I am a Blittle League coach, and yes, I love it. But that is not what I do. What I do is work with people that really know what games are played in Atlantic City. Using that blade on that dragon opened up a great tumult down here. The Cranky's crew needs 3 people like you. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, good luck at trial.
I have a question for the game master.
Yep.
When they booked me, did my name thing just say Edna? Or did they know my full... Oh, just Edna. They don't know what it stands
what
for?
do you want to happen?
I want it to only say Edna.
Just says Edna.
Hopefully nobody knows what it stands for.
Nope.
Excellent. Then I will accept his kind offer.
I accept.
I, just before I was taken, submitted a sentinel out through our public Wi-Fi connection and into cyberspace. And it's been working and working and working. And I want you to know that I've gotten so much data. I've gotten so much data on all of you. And it now resides in an ounce bot. So I think I will go free because I know who Alpha is and I know who Fox is. I'll see you in court, Coach.
Fair enough.
Fox?
Oh,
Who's
that's my
Fox?
cousin in Boston.
Okay. And with that, Skimmerfleet gets out of the way as Blasta, you walk out into the street free and clear, flip up your leather jacket collars, and walk off. Edna and Blackjack, you look at each other. You look back at that cell and realize that's not where you want to be, and you follow Skimmerfleet out a different entrance. One of you is now a super hacker, and the other 2 have joined the Atlantic City Mafia. We will end it right there.
Oh,
Perfect
we did it.
ending.
We did it, folks.
Perfect
Welcome
ending.
to Blittle League. Perfect ending, no notes. I have an epilogue, if you'll afford me it.
Yeah.
Usually I do an end card, but I don't think I have room for an end card.
Give it to us.
Epilogue.
Oh, okay. And it's a ice cream place, Cold Stone, preparing just the way Blackjack and Edna like it. Fish food for Blackjack, and a literal Cold Stone for Edna. They grab their cold treats, cheers it, and as they leave, they look at the tip jar, and they both take out crisp $5 bills from the buffet and place it in the tip jar.
Thanks for teaching me what a tip is, Blackjack.
No problem, Edna. Thank you for teaching me about the universe.
You're welcome. Don't tell anyone what my name stands for, okay?
It's between us, I promise.
I link arms with Blackjack and say, friends go together.
And we'll end it right there.
There we are. That's a one shot. That's a 4-hour one shot Blittle League, folks. Thank you so much to our hosts for Tablethon. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having us. Thanks for inviting us. It was a pleasure playing along. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you, Kaylee. And thank you, John, for this marathon of a show. It was amazing. I had so much fun. Thank you, chat, for being here. A lot of folks, friendly faces from our community. Thank you so much. And thank you, Bridget, who couldn't be here due to some unfortunate health stuff. She was in the chat all along and made me like my cool gills. So everyone say thank you, Bridget, in the chat.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you, Bridget, in the chat.
And you can thank Bridget or thank our hosts by helping support a great charity with a great mission. You can support Sense. They helping folks with complex disabilities enjoy and interact with the world. So please check out our sponsors. If you have any extra cash, pounds, or I paid with dollars converted to pounds, they'll accept anything to help make the world a better place. So thank you again, Tablethon. Thank you again, Sense. Thank you again, Blittle League. Check out blittleleague.com for our show. We do this live show on twitch.tv/JoeyTBadger. Tuesdays live. We have a catalog on anywhere you get podcasts. Search for Blittle League Baseball. We're there. Or check out our YouTube channel, again, blittleleague.com. Thank you so much for being here. I believe the next phase will happen momentarily. So we're going to cut off this channel, but it'll be back up for the next show. Thank you so much, everyone. It was amazing. I counted 6 failed checks. Was there more? Yep, a lot more.
There were
At least
so
10.
many
At
failures.
least 10. But thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.